Yes.
Before you go in, you might just want to change from Valheim.
Oh shit!
Just look at...
Oh fuck! Hi guys.
Valheim.
How you doing? I fucked up. Oops.
Oh.
Chapter 2, episode 3.
Episode 2 of chapter 2.
Chapter 2, episode 3.
2.
No?
Run.
Oh, God. Last one was... So you have the first 7.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. God damn it. Hello, Midnight. This is going great.
Oh, I need to roll my dice. Yep, hold on. D12.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing. How you doing, Midnight?
Yeah, because chap 1's 7 episodes, and now we're into chap 2, I think. And we're at 9. Yeah? Maths makes sense, right?
Yeah, I believe you. I like if it's wrong, I'll fucking I'll flay the skin later. If it's right, thank you. But either way, we have an episode of Dungeons and Dragons that is at some point in the beginning stages of chapter 2. Thank you, Midnight, for the raid. I appreciate you catching me right at the start. You guys last session had a mild disagreement, we'll say, with one Thaylen Bonamere. I think a disagreement's probably the best way to put it, isn't it?
Just a little one. Just, you know.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah. So, that concluded with you being threatened by some interdimensional being of some kind, and I believe Vlad impaled Thalen's head on a spike after Josiah cut the tongue out of the man.
Yes.
So, we're still talking about a mild disagreement, kind of. Okay, thank you.
What? What? What is going on?
I think someone might have a cold.
Some of them, the handbike come by sound of it. Oh.
After having this confrontation with Thaylen, you decided to flee northward, as there was information given to you that there may or may not have been a ship there to use to escape the island, as the ship that you intended to steal, which was the merchant vessel, had been unfortunately sent the way of the Vikings. You eventually did find it, and it seemed Thaylen at one point in time was building himself a vessel in which to leave the island himself. It was poorly built, but as to be expected, built by one man. But it was whole. It was seaworthy with heavy quote marks. And on board, you found Brother Donahue. And he was there as he'd been given a divine message, forewarning, or any other such descriptor, and was told to come to this vessel that he did not know at any point until now that was here, and was told to meet somebody or some people, and you guys are the ones that turned up. He gave to Nivara his holy symbol, but expressed intentions of staying on the island as he felt that there was work that he needed to do on the island and something he must complete. But he urged you guys to go and go to wherever you wanted to go or needed to go, which turned out to be one of the first places that most of you guys saw each other, which was the Ivory Sands outpost, almost in the centre of the archipelago. You spoke to the harbour master and you got yourselves moored up. You asked the harbour master to look over the ship and make sure it was maintained to a good standard, or at least as good a standard as it could be made. A name was asked for the sake of his paperwork and stuff, but I believe obviously you guys were discussing potential names as it's just something they needed to put down on the ship. It's currently a nameless vessel. You guys spent time in the outpost, revisiting some of the market stands and some of the old taverns and things like this. Also visiting some of the more exotic places. Isn't that right, Josiah? Isn't that right, Barnett?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a pirate.
And some old merchant connections. Isn't that right, Nivara?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
At one point during the day, the Harbour Master did come and get some of you that were in the tavern, and some discussion, as best as it could have been made, was done. And some improvements to the ship was suggested. You paid 150 gold to have the ship's hull tarred and just refurbished to prevent any leaking without damage. The offer of an armament, a single ballista, if a little old and a bit worn, as well as furniture for use, which is 5 hammocks and crates, and general maintenance to make sure that the ship is not hampered from heavy usage and in harsher waters. You guys, at various points between sessions, because that's how it was done, agreed for this cost and paid a total extra of 350 gold to ensure that the ship is of a the ship is of a good standard. You guys have 5 hammocks and 5 crates now put in the bottom of the ship, because bear in mind you have no internal structure below deck, it's all open. As well as a single ballista that they're waiting on being told where to put it on the ship. What I'm going to do is I will quickly move you guys' maps. Oh, fuck me. What was that? It was loud. That noise then of the dice roll sounded really loud. Oh, I know why. I had it minimized. I had it minimized. What was what, 10?
Furnishings for 10 crew members.
Oh, yes, sorry. It was 5 crates, 10 hammocks. That was my bad, yeah. You're right. As you can see, it is not a pretty vessel, but it is functional. Can you guys see this, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your ship, and double checking. Yep, 55 at its width, and only 20 at its width, 55 at its length. You have a small lifeboat that had been put on the back as part of the 100 gold. You have a singular sail with a crow's nest. You have a hatch at the front of the ship, which leads to the bottom, as well as the grate as well for putting larger pieces in. The big question for you guys is, where do you want the ballista? We're going to transfer into in-character talk if you wish, but you can discuss out of character.
The problem is, there's a hatch there. We'll be covering that hatch up, wouldn't we, if we put it at the front?
If it was going to get put at the front, it'd be put here. Hang on. It would be put there.
I'd say there, because there'd be more space.
Well, it depends, isn't it? Because usually with most combat, if we were a bigger ship, we'd be doing side to side, right? But we don't want to get into side to side, because then that's keeping us open. Do you want us to go in character? Sorry, Danny, you did say.
I said you can do either. Whatever's easier for you guys, because this is a technically bit of a wibbly wobbly thing that we're doing. So I'm allowing you guys to pick.
Do we know how quick the ship is? Is it quicker than most ships, or?
Given the fact from when you sailed it from Lone Isle to the Ivory Sands, it's slow for its size, but it is quicker than bigger ships. But for comparable sized ships, you are definitely slower. But that's what the hopefulness of the maintenance that you paid should address some of those issues. So for ships much bigger than you, you are faster by a good couple mile an hour, but generally for ships of the same size, you are a bit slower.
What I would suggest is, I'll say in characters, what I suggest is we put it at the back. We can always move it later and readjust it when we buy more. But if we're going to be quicker than most vessels, we're trying to get away from things and shooting to try and slow other things down.
This is it. We do not really want to get into full-on ship combat, no? Like, that could be particularly dangerous for all of us.
More of a deterrent, so I reckon a back turret would probably suffice.
Sounds good to me if you guys are happy.
Vlad? Barnett?
Okay.
I believe that Barnett is suffering from allergies suddenly.
Yeah, let's keep Barnett away from us. But yeah, go wherever you want. I don't mind.
Is he back?
Right then.
Yes. Aye.
Mhm.
So I maybe.
The back it is. It's all right. The reason why I'm asking is because as we speak, I'm actually attaching it to the map on Incarnate, and I'm going to be exporting it and replacing this map very soon. I just didn't want to do it and like put it in the wrong position. Do you know what I mean? Because I thought it'd be nice to actually have it where you guys want it. Because, you know, they're putting it on bespoke for you. If obviously you'd have found it like it, then oh shit. But yeah. We will transition now fully into character if you so wish.
Do we want to? Sorry, Danny. Do we want to quickly roll HP for the level up?
Oh, yes, actually, good point, good point. Yes, if you don't mind, because you guys did, through some DM coercion, level up.
Do you want us to go in turn, or do you want us just to randomly just start shooting?
You know
them out?
what? You know what? Carl. And you, my buddy, go first.
Ooh,
Not bad, not bad.
nice. Average.
Okay. Liam,
Mhm.
let's see what you got, brother.
12.
Damn.
No.
Okay. Benjamin,
Hello.
can we get you?
Yes.
Reroll
Well,
it.
my hit points.
Yes. Again.
No, we reroll ones once.
Oh. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's no. If you get one twice, you're destined for a one, bud. Rose. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks.
Oh God. Oh, I'm rolling that to the GM. Sorry.
Oh,
What did you
no
get?
wonder I didn't see it.
I got a 1. Oh, and I got a 2.
Yeah, I can confirm she got a 1, but she got a 2. And obviously Adams we can sort at some point because he's not here because his work is a tool.
I now have 43 hit points.
43.
Yep.
Shit, son. All right. I'm just going to move you back to the Ivory Sands because obviously you guys are currently on board. But we'll transition now to fully in character. It is the morning after.
I'm on 17 HP. 17.
It's the morning after. You guys have had a good night's rest at the tavern. As far as you're aware, you haven't been charged for the room. It seems that, you know, people still remember you guys and they're appreciative to a degree and offered you free lodgings. Although, all in all, let's just say for the night, you probably spent between the lot of you about 6 silver on drinks and snacks. Obviously, pay that however you wish.
What a big
It is now currently the morning of. You guys are
okay.
receiving yourselves a hearty breakfast, which looks to be some sort of crab claws. Freshly cooked. You guys may begin.
We need to go see the Baroness, don't we?
Yes, that was one thing you guys were discussing at the end of last session.
Yeah. Well, that's what Josiah was saying. Is like, I think the two main things are find out what the fuck this dagger does and go see the Baroness.
Yes, she is over to the east, no?
Yes.
So we need for the ship to be up to speed. And
Wow.
Saturday said maybe a little bit longer. Just a little.
How long was the refit going to be?
You would hope the majority of it would be done today because it's not huge overhauls of the ship. Most of it is just like chucking some stuff in the hull for you guys to place where you want and attaching the ballista. The biggest piece is the tar job, which, again, they've now been working on it for probably, assuming they worked through the night, probably close to 12 to 15 hours, maybe. Should be pretty well close.
So, what I'm hearing is tomorrow morning set sail.
Unless you guys want to sail in the afternoon stroke evening, yeah.
Okay.
So we get
Yeah.
Would that be
We
with
get-
a full case of supplies as well for the ship? Water,
well, that-
rations.
we do that
No.
today.
No, right, okay.
Obviously, any provisions like water, food, and any other things you may think your ship needs, that you'll need to buy.
We were also going to look at crew.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So we go into the market or hang around. Well, hanging around the docks would be a little bit like we are trying to steal people. So let's not do that. Shall
What?
we start? I meant take them away from other ships.
Is
You
there,
know?
is there like a harbour master where we can go and speak to about acquiring a crew?
Well, funny enough, the harbour master that you spoke with probably would be one of the best people to speak to.
Yes.
Oh, fuck me.
So-
Don't steal people, please.
Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
What's up, Ben?
Ben, I think. I think you might have disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, is everyone? Hello. What?
What
Can
happened?
you hear us?
I'm back now. I don't know what that. Just internet goes shit from time to time.
Oh no.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Ben, we never
yeah,
stopped.
we can hear you.
We never stopped hearing you.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I don't know, dude.
Everything just went really silent, and I was like, "Oh, I thought my internet had disconnected."
But no, the harbour master that he's working on your ship would probably be one of the first stops that you guys could make, and probably one of the best people that, even if he's not the direct supplier of things, probably would at least know an idea of where to go for people. I'm assuming then that is something you do. You go and find out your dear harbour master, check up on the ship, amongst other things.
Yes, and then we also need to be looking for somebody who maybe could tell us a little bit more about the dagger, even though I have been told multiple times that we don't really have that sort of capabilities in town.
Not
Other
here,
than
no.
Scribe. No.
It is something that obviously there's, because a lot of like highly specialized people like that, it's not very common that they would set up shop here and or stay here. Most people of any skill in that level would very quickly try and leave to go to an established country rather than stay out here in the sticks. That, or they're there for a very other for their own intention, for whatever reason that may be.
I mean,
Alright,
you
so
could do a
crew it is.
little... Yeah, crew?
Yep.
To the Arbor Master?
You head your way over to the harbour, and I never give you the guy's name before, which I'm going to put in chat for you, in Roll20 chat. The harbour master that's been working on your ship goes by the name of Quen Moulton. And as far as you can see, he's working on a couple of other ships that are currently docked up, but approaching him, he will recognise you all and just go, alright, so, your ship, right. All of you going, by the way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
Yes, I'd like to go.
Right, follow me. We've managed to do, and this is walking and talking, we've managed to do most of the things that you have required so far. The ballista is just getting installed now. I believe they're putting the nails and the drivers in. We've given you 10 bolts as well as a harpoon shot as well, something that you can attach to other people with. We've gone through, checked all your rigging, your sails. They were a little worn, so we've replaced and fixed where possible. And your hull has been fully tarred. It's just drying at the moment. In terms of all the other pieces that are to go below deck, we've put them on the deck for now because the hull is drying. If you're looking for people, there are probably people in the market that are looking for work. Although I don't know how much they'll necessarily charge. How many are you looking for? Enough just to run the ship skeleton crew, or? Comfortably.
5, isn't it?
5. Let's see if he has a good idea. Not a bad idea, actually. It'll probably cost you about, between the lot of them, a gold a day, maybe. Not counting food and things, just wage. Is that... Because if that's something you're happy with, I could probably put a word out that you're looking, get people to come and find you, or are you happy to look?
Wouldn't we need to name the ship first, guys? So they know what ship to come for?
Well, it is always better to. The problem is if we just put an announcement out, we're looking for people, we're going to probably have to turn a few people away. It just depends if you guys are comfortable with that. You know?
I thought we agreed on the Wade's Rest, but I mean, if we're...
No, I thought that was his name. Was it not?
I think you guys agreed after leaving the harbour is the only thing there, that's all. But if you guys want to commit with that name, you more than well can.
Is there any objections?
Doesn't bother me.
I
Speak
like
now
it.
or forever. You're not there.
You're
You
dead.
died. Get out, ghost.
No, this is where we need, like, you know, the woman in like a nightgown with like the balaclava thing on the hair, just like with a big broom and a cigarette hanging out the mouth. Just fucking get you ghost. Get out of here. Go on, get.
Yeah, so that name, everyone seems to agree. So
Could Hobmaster get that painted at the back or something? So
Can do, yeah. I'll get it done for you. We'll just call that free.
thank you.
Because yes, you have a nameplate. Just obviously it didn't have a name at the point, and I'll update the book as well. So I'll be letting people know that you're looking for a good crew and 5 people. I'll tell them
If they
to.
are interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go
I
on.
was just going to say, if they are interested, they should come and find us at the tavern, say, at a couple of hours before dusk, or
Right.
at dusk kind of time frame. Gives enough time to go and get supplies or whatnot.
Yeah. I do want to point out one problem with your ship. Do you know the craftsmen, the shipmasters that made this? And do you know where?
it was some random orphan that probably did it on his own for 20 years. Why?
Well, it's
Poor?
interesting in certain places. And certain things don't quite match up. It'll float, it'll sail. Obviously, if you get yourselves into combat, I really wouldn't expect much in terms of defensibility.
No.
Some of the wood is not the greatest, but I don't have anything here that's suitable for improvements, but I know somewhere that is, and I could put word ahead that if you were ever going there at some point that you would be in need of such materials. And the place that I'm thinking of as well, last time I checked off Greta, they were having some bother there, and you could probably trade work for work, as it were.
So I think one thing we need definitely is a carpenter then on the ship.
So sorry, just before we lose track of this bit, where was that?
It's at the Crimson Blossom Isle. There's a lady there that goes by the name of Greta Ulrich. I'll put the name in the chat.
I remember something about this. Let me check my big book of notes.
And what I'm going to do is, because the Harbour Master does have like a local-ish map, like of like the surrounding islands, and he will show you. Right, so if you look here, this is where we are, and I'm going to take you guys to the map so you guys can see. So obviously we guys are here, and the island that I'm referring to is, when I can get to the polygon reveal tool because it is hiding from me, is here.
New Horizons Post to the far east of the archipelago. They want blossoms from an island to the northeast of the Ivory Sand, Crimson Blossom, which is on the Crimson Blossom Isle. Could maybe hit 2 with 1 stone.
Can you guys see that?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greta there has been having some trouble with their logging operations and things. It's possible you could probably speak with her there. I know the wood, at least, is of a substantial quality.
Where was the Baroness again? So is that on the way?
And the Baroness normally occupies the eastern side of the archipelago. Why do you ask?
I think that was out of character,
Oh,
not
okay.
in character.
Oh, no, it was in character. He doesn't.
Oh, it was? Okay.
The Baroness is not somebody, and people like yourselves, I would suggest getting involved with, as many of the other crews around here.
All right, noted.
Right.
Thank you for your advice.
If you look, if you are going there with the intention of meeting with any of those people, I would seriously suggest you go and visit Greta first. While the ship's hull looks tough, the wood is just not that great. You'd probably take 1, maybe 2 hits at best. Be very careful.
Okay.
And he kind of says that a little quiet, obviously, because he's not going to pronounce like out loud like to everybody in earshot. So, I'll put a word out. Have people meet you at the tavern near dusk. Those are looking for work. I'll make sure that they are aware that you're paying a fair fee. I have no idea if anybody will turn up, but I can at least guarantee I'll explain. Is there any other things you needed while you're here? Obviously, the ship should be done in the next 3 hours, I would say. Probably midday or so.
Come on, and she'll kind of point towards Bad. Mentioned earlier about maybe getting some resources. Is there somewhere that you would know of that would be able to do them on bulk?
The markets.
Like a large number.
Markets will be your best option. And like looking at a couple of you, especially like people like Navarre and stuff. Have you guys sailed long journey before?
I have.
Right.
Anybody see him looking at Navarro?
Looking at the other people that are just not responding, and he'll... Right, so, you're going to need a bit of wood. You're going to need, just in case of any leaks, any things that could get broken or damaged. You're going to want food, you're going to want water, and you're going to want to make sure that it is things that do not require heat, fire to cook. I think it's pretty obvious that you don't want a fire in a wooden ship. Other than that, that is your bare basics for travel.
When I was a passenger, I had hot food. There was a kitchen.
Certain ships are equipped. This one, no.
Right, okay. Whoever that's got a cold, do you mind muting yourself in between, please?
Liam.
It's not me.
That was me.
Oh, Ben.
I remember.
It sounded like Liam, that was all.
As much as I don't mind talking to people who got colds, it's not very nice when it comes down my ear.
Oh. You will?
Okay, moving on.
Remember, viruses are transmissible.
So remember,
Through the internet. Sorry.
You've
Just-
heard of viruses there? Come on.
Because at the end
Danny,
of the
carry on.
at the end of the day, this ship isn't the standard yet. So I want to just make sure you're all prepared, at least. God forbid anything happens and you were ill prepared.
I have a question.
Right?
Why do we need water?
Do you
It is
not
because
drink?
the water-
Please ignore him.
Yeah.
Please, honestly, ignore him.
There's water all around us when we're on the ship, isn't there?
You
Please.
drink
Barney.
that water. You drink that water if you want. But
Do
Barney,
not
absolutely.
drink the water outside of the ship. It is salt water, which will kill you. Be careful. Barnett, I need you to tell me you're not going to start drinking the water. You will have a very bad tummy. Like, and I mean so bad.
Yep.
I do not want to be in a small enclosed space with you if that was to happen.
Not to
Okay.
mention that drinking salt water will severely dehydrate you, amongst many other complications.
Yeah, who put salt in the water then?
Oh, God.
Seems like a bad thing to do.
Thank you so much for your
I'm-
time. We are
I'm
going to
gonna-
head back into.
Yes, I'm going to make sure the tower is fully covered, make sure the ballista is in place. Anything else, come find me or any of the deckhands on your ship. Otherwise, I will make sure anybody interested will meet you at the tavern. Right. And he will kind of just slowly back out of the conversation and then turn and go onto your ship. And you guys are left
So,
alone.
Zamal? Captain?
Yeah.
The market? Maybe?
I,
To go get some resources? Or do
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to go anywhere else?
no, I think provisions, and then we all meet with the applicant.
Okay.
Do you like this?
I mean, do we have to RP the market? We've been told what
No.
we need. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. I was going to say, you spend obviously a good bit of time looking around and you're able to find water and food is easy enough to come by, especially that of travel conditions. You can find things like hardtack, like dried nuts, as well as some basics like breads and things like this and cheeses. Just for the sake of per person per day, I'm not going to bother breaking it down into its individual components, but a varied good meal, or at least enough for a person for a whole day. On bulk, you're probably going to be able to get for about 3 silver per.
Per person per day.
Yeah, instead of the... So it's slightly cheaper than normal rations, because some of it isn't like fully preserved and stuff. You are using some slight perishables, but you can probably get it for about 3 person a day per person.
And how many people are we estimating to have?
5 in yourselves, hopefully, isn't it? If that's... You guys said you wanted 5 crew. Also, and I want to point out, that's going to cover liquids as well, so that's going to cover water inside the 3 silver.
Don't we need, like, alcohol as well to purify the water? Because obviously the water's going to go stale.
It's up to you guys if you want to do
Yeah,
extra
but-
like that or not.
We're likely to pick up provisions when we hit each, like, some outposts, aren't we? We're not going to need to completely fill our coffers. I think we should definitely, maybe get it for 3 weeks, but it depends on how long is it going to take us to travel anywhere?
Where
We need
are
a
we?
navigator.
Ivory Sands, yeah.
Just as a reminder, bearing in mind your guys' ship was of a poor quality and very inexperienced crew, you got from Lone Spire to Ivory Sands in about 2.5 days. With a very skeletal, inexperienced crew on a very poor ship.
So if we got enough rations for 15 people, that's more than way enough per day. That means we'll be kind of over, if that makes sense, than what we need. And we got it for 3 weeks. That is only 94.5 gold.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm sorry. I didn't want to break that. I just did a fucking oopsie. I'm looking at, like, the trade goods costs, because I was looking at wood and stuff for you guys. And I I was looking at the vehicles, and you know how I've got like mild, like weird, like dyslexia, as Ben calls it, because of my reading sometimes bad. I was looking at it, and I read stabling per day. I read it as stabbing. And I'm like, wait, you can pay for stabbings? No, it's stabling.
You can.
Yeah, you can. I mean, yes, you
That's
can.
it.
I mean, no, yes, you can, but it's not what it's not. Yeah.
How does everyone feel about that then? It means that we will have more than enough for a long period of time. And then we can obviously replenish our water as we go along.
I'm happy with that, but don't forget we also need like wood as well, didn't he? You said
We'll say for the sake of £10 of wood, which is like planks of different size and stuff, enough to basically like plug and patch where needed. You'll be able to pick £10 in wood. For I'm just looking here. We'll call it a silver for £10. So obviously you can multiply that if you need.
Right. So in the party fund currently, we've got 2,035 gold.
Is
So
that
if we take
excluding the money that we've already paid to Danny? The 300.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all already been taken out. So I don't know how 945. Oh God. Divided by
Shopping simulators, everybody.
So we have 315 days of rations, basically. So I'm going to 315 rations for 94. I'm just typing this out. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
94.5 DP. So how much was that again for wood?
Per £10 in weight, it is 1 silver.
It's 1 silver. So how much wood would we need, roughly? You're going to have to help me out on this one.
It entirely depends on how much contingency you guys want, because if you guys have a significant hole blown in the side of your ship, you could probably use £10 in one go. But you could probably use like £0.5 in patching up like a tiny leak or something. It's almost that how long is a piece of string? How careful do you guys want to be?
If we got, I don't know if this is a lot of pounds, but if we got like £100, that's 1 gold. Would that last us a bit?
£100, just for a bit of UK weight clarification. If I remember my math-ish, that's going to be about 8 stone in weight, which is chunky.
Yeah. Well, if we get 200, that's 2 gold, and then we've got a lot.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
And bear in mind, your ship has quite a considerable cargo hold capacity.
Yeah. So, and that's 2 gold for that. I'm not taking this out of the party fund yet. I'm just writing as I go along. What else do we need? We need water? How much water?
That was included in the food. 3 silver per person per day is food and drink.
Right, okay.
We need, at least a barrel of rum or something. The crew could revolt.
A gallon of ale is 2 silver per gallon.
We want a barrel, so.
How many gallons is in a barrel?
Depends how big your barrel is.
Barrel, really.
That's what I'm asking.
All right. You guys are having me look up shit I don't fucking know. I mean, to be fair,
not prepared.
No, I'm not fucking
Should we just say a gallon per barrel per gallon, gallon barrels?
Garrel Ballon?
I've got to call gallon barrels.
So if we got...
I got how many gallons? Okay, 1 UK beer barrel is 43 US liquid gallons.
Right, okay.
And that's the type of barrel I would imagine is, like whiskey barrels.
Big
so like,
one, yeah.
So 43 gallons to a barrel.
So if we got 2 of those, so 86, how much is it per gallon?
2 silver.
Oh my god, I'm using my calculator a lot.
That's 172 silver.
That's
so 17 point,
So 17 gold, 2 silver.
GP for 2 barrels of ale.
And right? I cannot see a person drinking a gallon in a day.
No, that'd be for the crew. And
no, but like the point is, I'm saying like a person would probably drink at most half a gallon.
Is there any way of us getting fresh fruit? I know it sounds a bit silly, but scurvy.
It's going to be in ports, isn't it?
Yes, but it costs a little more, obviously.
We only need a little bit per day.
Yep.
I know it sounds a bit silly, but you only need a little
Scurvy.
bit to... Yeah, scurvy.
For a net of oranges, which would be about like 6, you're probably looking at about 4 copper for 6 oranges.
So, if we got... That's
Say
for 6.
gold's worth or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know
let's
about
do
you
this,
guys.
though.
I know it's a little boring to watch and listen to. This is kind of interesting for me because we rarely ever cover this side of D&D, do we?
No, usually we just
Rations.
wait until we
It's
get,
rations done.
we get everything.
It's very
so-
interesting.
We've got to look after others now if we're getting a crew, and that's
Yeah.
a bit more.
The hope will be is eventually you just throw a big wad of money at them and just be like, be self-sufficient.
So that's 4 copper per 6, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
So if we got the same number of rations, so 315, divide that down by 6, which is the number of oranges, meaning that someone could have an orange every day, but 4 copper only comes to 2 gold. That can't be right? I think it is right. 2 gold
Yeah,
and
that
1
sounds about
silver.
right.
Yeah, there we go. So 315 oranges, so gonna stave off.
And just for the sake of, we'll say all other fruit are the same cost. So things like if you wanted to swap oranges for pears, apples, plums, assuming the place you're at has those fruit available.
Yeah, we're going for.
I'm not gonna
oranges.
micromanage costs that much. I'm not that fucking evil.
Okay, what else do we need? Is there anything that would be really
Rope.
useful?
Rope.
That is a very good point. Rope.
Wade, you're the reason this math is here. Because you're dead.
It's all his fault.
Yeah. And you
We're
know
now
what?
trying to put
He's
things
dead.
in
He
place.
can't say otherwise. Pretty much, that is your bare basics. You've got food, water, and you've got wood for maybe repairs. You would assume
Nails.
that should be fine because obviously you'll be able to repurpose what's available.
What if we can't? That's the problem.
Yep, I was going to say anything else on top of that is the bare basics to run a ship. Anything else you wish to purchase or you think you may need is up to you guys.
So this is where we get into the conversation before we start splitting the party fund as, one of the things.
Mhm.
Does anyone want to get anything before we do that, like bolts, that kind of stuff? Anything that would generally be in a town?
Extra ballista bolts, bearing in mind you guys have got 10. Extra ballista bolts are going to cost you 2 gold per, because they're like 3.5 foot, like really thick, heavy things. Obviously, normal bolts and things like that, it's all book price.
Do we want to get another 10 ballista bolts just to give us enough room? It's
I
another
think
20
that's
gold, though.
We've already got 10, so I think we're not planning to go into combat. I wouldn't bother.
No. That's fine. Does anyone need crossbow bolts, general supplies, anything literally that's in the book? Because when we leave Outpost, I'm not turning around, kids. Like,
You can swim back.
are we good?
Sounds like everybody's
Cool.
good.
So that is a total of, for all the supplies that are currently in there, 94.5 plus 2 plus 17.2 plus 2.1, 115 gold and 8 silver. I will take that off.
I was expecting more, to be fair, but that's fair enough.
You think about that, 115 gold will probably revitalise the economy in this town. Like,
It's
a
considerable.
lot of gold. Yeah, and that's not including the amount of money that we just spent on the labour that's happening on the boat.
You'll actually
it's a lot.
find, surprisingly to what you'd think, a lot more money than you would think passes through. But yeah, no, it is still a considerable amount of money to be dropped in one day. But it's definitely not squalor.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
No, it's fine.
You get what I mean. It's a lot of money. So we have 1,920 gold still left. Well, when I take away the conversion. Take that down to 18. 20 in there, and then take away the 8 regions. Right, okay.
Is there anything else people would shop for? This is your final call from the DM. Is there any shopping? Any shopping going once?
Is there a temple here, by the way?
There isn't, no.
No, okay, in that case, no.
There are places that are kept respectfully quiet that you could go and pray at, but it's not like fully consecrated. It's not like a proper temple or anything.
No, it's fine then. I'll wait till we go somewhere we can get a temple.
Going twice. That's it. You guys are done. The day carries on, and you guys have purchased. Yes, you guys have purchased.
That was last session.
A pervert purchase, yes. But you guys have purchased yourselves a number of provisions, food, drink, and this is covering the future potential crew that you may choose to hire, assuming any suitable candidates step forward. You guys, unless anyone has anything else they wish to just accomplish, please do interrupt me if you do. Spend the rest of your day planning and anticipating what type of people, and maybe even trying to discuss between you guys what sorts of people you guys want. Like what type of crewmates in terms of personalities, people, physiology. Like, do you want strong men to help like do a lot of the heavy lifting, or do you want like people who are very knowledgeable at running the ship, but not necessarily the fixation, and like someone else can fix? And you kind of discuss the dynamics that you want, and eventually a couple people will start to pop their heads in. Clearly, the first couple are usually the beggar type that are begging for jobs, and you can clearly tell, especially Josiah can clearly tell, that they probably have never been on a ship, and it's probably within your guys' best interests to pass upon these people. And I would say, well, some of you are probably a little reluctant, I would imagine, especially Josiah, in my assumption, would be very frugal and very poignant to be, no chance. The first candidate... go on.
I was just going to say, like, I think you just sort of say, in my experience, we tried this before, this didn't work, or something like that. And then, yeah.
I would say you're definitely the chief person here of cutting through the bullshit and finding people who actually know what they're doing and are just not just looking for any coin for anything. Because although you want people that want coin, you want people that know what they're doing and want coin. The first major person of interest that comes up to you is middle-aged humanoid of some description. It looks like he's got slightly pointed ears, but not fully elven. He's got sun-bleached and very dark olived skin. And he'll approach the table and he'll just go, is this the call for the Wade's West?
I
heard from a couple of people that you're looking for crew.
Aye.
Well, I would like to introduce myself. I am Montrose, and I would be more than happy to join your ship if you are still looking for people.
Where have you worked? What are your skills?
I have not worked on any of the larger vessels before, but I have done a few of the smaller fishing ships, getting a lot of the food in for the outpost here. I've been doing this for about 5 years or so now, but the problem is there's too many people fishing and it's creating problems. We're having to go further and further out, so I think a better avenue would be best. I have done small wind sailing before, as well as some navigation using ship's wheels and manual rudders.
Just I was all look around and be like, yeah, it works for me.
Well, it is a pleasure. What are your names, by the way? Apologies for not the correct introductions.
Captain Josiah, and then he'll wait for everyone else to introduce themselves.
Yeah, I'm assuming, unless someone specifies they don't want to introduce themselves, I'm going to assume, rather than awkwardly waiting for every single person.
Yeah, fair.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. My main question is, when are you planning on departing? And what would you have me do on the ship?
Well, I think it's going to be sunrise tomorrow morning. What do I need you for? I suspect it's general crew work. I'm looking to hire some more strong arms, but if you want to do the more thinking work, that's what you seem suited for. Navigation.
I can do
assist with the
this.
steering.
I can do this for you. I actually might have a couple people that I can speak with and see if they would like to join as well, if that is okay. Some people, if you're looking for strong arms, I could get them to come see you.
No one says anything out. He's like, yeah, bring them along.
Está bien. I will go and speak with them now, and I will send them your way, and I will get them to say that Montos has explained. I'm also going to put his name in the chat, because I know people are going to...
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that is your potential, seemingly, navigator. And a few more minutes will go by, and eventually you'll see two humans walk in. They're fairly big, but the one thing that you do notice is they look near identical, like they're twins. And you can see these two large, very upper body wide humans walking, bald heads, and you can see a couple of them have, for aiding in distinction, you notice one of them has tattoos, whereas the other one doesn't. And you eventually, like, again, this is between passing up on various other wish-wash. And you can see these two humans come up and go, hello, I was told that you're looking for strong people for your ship.
Alright. I'm Captain Josiah, this is the crew.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I'm Ike. That's Tyke. And we were told by, what's his fucking name again? Montos, that you were looking for, like, people to do a lot of heavy labour and things like that.
Yeah. I can see you're probably suited for that line of work.
Yeah, well, we've normally done, like, some of the people who've done, like, mining and stuff in the forests. We usually, like, carry, like, a lot of the ores and stuff back. But, yeah, not many people have been going out there recently since the little dwarf fuckers attacked.
Right, that's true. Ever been on a boat before?
A couple times, yeah. We've had to go to, what was the name of the place? As Danny looks up at the map, because I forgot the name. Oh shit, that's moving it for you guys. Oh shit, I got.
Ooh.
Oh no, shit. There we go, fixed. I didn't realise I was on the wrong layer. We've been to New Horizons Post a couple times, doing deliveries and things like that, but on someone else's ship, so we haven't done any work on it, but we've been on the ship. And you'll notice that Ike is the only one that seems to be talking at the minute. Tyke is just quiet.
You'd be suited to pulling ropes then?
Yeah, like, I mean, shall be easy enough to do, yeah.
Alright. Yep, spit on the hand and say, welcome aboard. First light tomorrow we leave.
Yep.
Then I think what I would be looking for is like 2 rig monkeys, basically. Like
People to climb the ropes, tie the knots, set the sails,
Yeah.
maybe even things like that.
I'm kind of hoping for Montrose to be like bosun / navigator. Will tell us if we're running low on shit as well. If
We
that's
also
all right.
need, really, if we can get one, someone who's got some carpentry skills, just in case.
Ah, yes.
So
Well, okay, 1 rig monkey, 1 carpenter.
yeah, I was going to say, because you're up to your 3, unless you want to pay for extra stuff. As I just look, because like these people, I actually did generate, like I generated like a bunch of random, like people just ready to have on hand, because I figured you'd want crew, because I remember you saying you wanted crew. Okay, yeah. Again, after passing up on a few more, and now you've hired a couple people, you're starting to get the word out that right, we don't need any more. We don't need a ship steerer. We don't this is the skills we want, and you start to essentially file it down.
Sorry, did you say ship steerer? You mean helmsman?
Yes. What do you want from me?
Ship steerer.
I'm not a seaman. Leave me alone. I don't know this shit. Liam, shut the fuck up. Okay, so coming in again, another one now. It's half orc. Looks to be aged like a fine cheese, and you can see that the hair's gone a little grey and stuff. And you can see that he's wearing like a thick hemp apron and things like this. And you can see like the tops of tools sticking out the top and stuff. And you can see like the fingers and the hands covered in scars from various tool usage and things like this. And sits down and kind of puts a hand out and goes, "Right, pleasure to meet you. I suppose you're the people that are looking for a carpenter for your ship, correct?"
Yeah, Captain Desire, he introduces everyone. Ship carpenter then. What boats you been on before?
Never been on a ship, but I've worked on plenty of them. Done some work for Harbour Mastery before doing some repairs and things like that. I've worked with wood a lot of, made a fair few bits and bobs. Helped patch up some of the ships that have come through. If I remember right, you're the Wade's Rest crew, right? Yeah, actually, was working on your ship earlier today, actually.
Why do you want to leave?
Yeah, I mean, it's comfortable here, but I'll be honest, it's not the most pleasant, at least for me, because working with Gwen is pleasurable, but some of the others are a bit... Yeah, I don't know, put it. Yeah, in the nicest way. They're some of them are fucking twats. Like, let's just be honest. And I'm very close to putting a chisel through one of their fucking legs.
All right, fair enough. Danny, you cut off with fucking something, and then
a chisel through one of their fucking legs.
No. He said they are fucking something. And I was like, okay. Yeah, all right. You will look around, see if there's no objections, and be like, right, welcome aboard. Leave it first light. Sticks out a hand, shake hand.
The name's Dol.
Thank you.
Dol Mossy, and I'm giving you their last names because obviously you would get them. Now, obviously, you guys are looking more specifically for a rigger, someone to set the sails and get the knots tied up and the ropes, meaning for quick access, especially up to places like the Crow's Nest and things like this, and turning a couple of people away, a couple of inappropriate people, as in like terms of job role that they wanted to apply for and things like this. One of the last people that walks in, and you notice that they're wearing like heavy like overcoat with the hood up, but you can see protruding from underneath the hood, you can see like 2 large points sticking out to the sides, indicating like large ears of some kind. Stands probably about 3.5, 4 foot tall, and you can see like they're just heading, and you can see just sticking out. You can see some like what looks like the end of the nose is like a greenish color, and they'll sit on the stool opposite you and just go, "I heard you're looking for work. Heard you're looking for people to do work on your ship."
Out of character, they're not into crisps, are they?
Yes.
I mean, Ben, I'm not at liberty to give away character information without asking in character. Look, they don't seem to be wielding any fried potato snacks.
Alright, good to know.
Oh,
But they are
Do they smell like a toilet?
But they are wearing a large overcoat covering most of their features. And if you want to make perception checks on if they smell like a toilet, Wade, you can. Oh, wait, you're dead.
Got him.
Got him.
He'll just.
Even in the afterlife, I can smell them from
Wade, from beyond the veil that you are looking in on, you can determine the fact that as you are dead, you have no sense of smell.
Hey.
Oh, thank God.
So you cannot indicate, and you can confirm that according to your senses only, they do not smell like a toilet or anything.
Josiah would be like, what's your name?
My what?
Do you have what do they call you?
Shell.
Shell. All right. Worked on a boat before?
I've been on a few ships before and done some work, but I didn't know I was there half the time.
Yeah. Good skill. Good skill set. I'm Captain Josiah. This is my
Yeah.
Wage Rest. These are my compatriots. Yeah, you're good at rigging, getting up high, all right with heights.
Climbing, not a problem. Worked with rope many times, yeah.
What's your favourite snack?
You don't understand the temptation just to say it now, but I will restrain. I will.
Just for context, I run like a personal campaign, and Liam had a crisp obsessed goblin. In case people wonder.
Yeah, like literally the temptation just to say it is unreal.
Oh, who hides in toilets for the other thing as well that's going on, but I'm smelling like a toilet. He hides in toilets.
Yeah.
He's a toilet goblin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like shellfish. Yeah, shellfish good.
Yeah. All right. We'll share that
Oysters.
trait.
So you have shell?
Not on me. I take it you like shells. I've actually
No,
called shell.
when points to like you notice they point to themselves, and you'll see the as the hands come up, you'll notice that it's very clear looking at the different features. It's a goblinoid of some various description. You can see the dark green hands, and you can see the yellowed fingernails that have got like sharp points, and it like when Shell says you have shell, like points as in like, are you going to take?
Themselves.
Yeah.
He'll look around. If no one else objects it, he'll spit on his hand. It's like, yeah, welcome aboard. Leave at first light.
And we'll like lift the hood back enough that the ears like basically like spring out of the side of the hood, but she doesn't like fully release it back, and you'll see it's got feminine features, and you can see like the large yellow eyes and like the sharp teeth. She's got like a slight underbite, so like the top teeth like stick over her mouth very slightly. She'll reach your hand and grasp it and go, "Nice to meet you all."
Yeah.
I
Trust
stay
me,
with you now?
You can stay on the boat if you want.
Okay.
And I guess they'll show on the boat. Like, okay.
Yeah. I can work. I can do this. Yeah. I like this. And
Desire will probably turn to Naivara after Shell's out of sight. It's like, well, not the weirdest person we worked with, at least.
No. I actually I think this could be a good idea. No? She is obviously looking for a way out of here, the situation she may be in. She may be a very good worker, I think.
And what I'm going to do at some point for you guys as well is I'll make a quick doc where I'll write up the names and just a very basic description of like each of the crew that you've obtained, because you've unknowingly obtained a very, very interesting crew, because you've got, and it sounds like the start of a bad joke, because you've got a half elf, you've got a half orc, a goblin, and twins, human twins. It's a fucking crew, let me tell you.
Adding to our current existing party members is a bit weird.
But yeah,
We've got an eclectic mix.
And as far as you can tell, Shell doesn't have another name, like a second name, like everyone else. And it seems, and if you asked, which I know you did, Ben, Shell would explain that it wasn't a name chosen; it was just the name she was called by everybody.
Yeah,
it's just stuck. It's just she can't remember where it came from. It's just that is her name, as far as she's aware, because everyone used to say it to her.
Yeah, because she eats. Yeah, she eats shellfish. Yeah,
probably.
But working on a boat, he kind of knows how nicknames get given, so he's like, yes, okay.
One by one, you each gather the crew. It's an interesting one, but you gather them, and you now have assembled yourself 5 individuals to work aboard the Wade's Rest, with Montrose Elas as your navigator, Tyke Fenton as your pullers, essentially, and your grips. You have Dol Mossy as your carpenter, and you have Shell as your rigger.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything else you guys wish to discuss, maybe plan or accomplish, while I just quickly throw this bit of information together?
Yes.
It just sort of, I guess when they all sort of go away, I guess Desire's like,
I just want to ask, for the sake of Liam, are you muted because you haven't spoken in a while, and this usually happens?
No, I'm here.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Desire will just sort of say like, well, they all seem a bit quirky, but sometimes that tends to mean they're quite skilled.
Are you trying to justify your choices to us?
Well, I asked it. I was kind of looking around if anyone objected massively to anyone. No one did, so they seem. You can't tell until you get them on the boat.
Well, you are the best person to make these decisions. You're the only one who's spent any long periods of time on boats.
True, but this isn't usually how you recruit as a pirate.
No, from what I can gather based on stories, it seems to be more, oh, you're good with a sword.
Oh, no.
You just tried to take your ship.
Well, yeah, that one. You
yeah.
tend to take over a ship, and if people want out, they join you. So you already know they're good sailors because they're on a boat.
Oh. Well, this is it. It may not work out, and the good thing is that our ship will return to port, and then they can go, and we can get more people. But
Exactly.
I have a good feeling. You know, in my gut, I think this is for the best.
I think so. I think we'll work out. So, yeah, we'll head to Crimson Blossoms Isle in the morning and head to the Carpenter, I think.
So early nights then, everybody? Get ready for tomorrow taking out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm nearly there. Please keep it going, guys. Oh God, no.
What?
Don't matter.
What's Stu do for you to say that? I don't.
No, no.
What are you doing,
Oh God, no!
Shut up.
You just sort of say, "Oh, actually, I did mean to ask you something about it. Like, Barnett did the thing, but like, I still, he's from somewhere that isn't here. You know the questions to ask him, and I guess Barnett is right next to us, but he's just like, where did he like? Why is he here? Like, not in Fairyland or Barnett? Why are you here, not in Fairyland?
I came to work with someone.
Here you go, guys.
Well, what?
I came to work with somebody.
Right, who? Well, how did you get from there to here though? Like,
They brought me along. You know, I was working with somebody else in the past in the Feywild. Then the wizard wanted me, so they gave me to the wizard. Then I worked for the wizard for a bit.
all right, so, what? Not on these islands.
I mean, yeah, kind of, yeah.
You can do a history check if you want.
I'm just,
Okay.
I'm okay. I believe it was on these islands. But now I'm doubting
Free-flying.
myself a little bit. No, the only because in your head is like, yes, and you try to doubt yourself a little bit.
Sorry, what was that again?
Yeah, it's from these islands. Yeah.
Okay, why aren't you working for him now then?
Well, I got kidnapped.
You were kidnapped?
Yeah, by a group of druids. Like one day I was just sleeping, you know, in a little area. Then these druids came in and they just like snatched me away and took me.
Right, and how did he end up in Ivory Sands then?
Oh well, I managed to escape.
And okay, so you came here.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure where I was before, to be honest. I just knew I was somewhere.
So who did you work for in the Feywild? Like some grand fairy person?
I used to work for a hag.
Like a witch?
It's
I don't think I can
distinctly.
call a witch.
Sorry, was this? No. She kind of gives a look towards Josiah of, don't go down this path. This might be problematic. You know, that kind of, you know, when you're at a party with somebody and you hear them say something and you're like, oh, no, don't go down that way. That's dangerous ground.
All right, what did the wizard have you do?
Just, you know, running a few errands for them. They tried out a few different potions on me here and there. Did a few tests. Unfortunately, it
Okay.
didn't seem to work out.
So you're not, you weren't a fighter then, because you seem like a handy fighter.
No, I'm not fire. I'm a preacher.
Fighter.
Oh, fire! Oh, yeah, I'm a fire. I thought you said fire. I got confused for a second.
Then why did you say preacher?
I didn't say preacher. I said fire.
You said no. You said I'm not a fire. I'm a creature. You think he said creature? Oh my god! I hate Discord sometimes.
It's moments
I
like that.
heard
It's
fire
moments
and
like that that I can't wait until we do this back in person.
Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah. So sorry.
Hallelujah!
I'm a
Praise the
fighter,
Lord.
yeah.
I had a quick question. You mentioned that the wizard did some experiments on you. Is that
An
correct?
experiment. It's just kind of like give me something to try, but nothing happened in the end. So they seemed a little bit upset.
Hmm. Fascinating. Maybe at some point we could talk more about this, if you are not opposed.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So,
Also, Rose, I do wish to
Yes?
remind you. I
Yes?
assume it probably would have been done in private at some point, but I know you said you were going to look over the contract.
yeah, that was
Still.
going to be after this conversation. She was head
Okay,
upstairs
cool.
and going, yeah, if that makes sense. Thank you.
I just wanted to remind
I've
you
got the
because I know
list.
it's something that you wanted to work through.
Mhm. I mean, at least you are here with us now, Barnet.
Well, what do you want, Barnet? Like, do you want anything?
At the moment, we're going to travel around for a little bit to see if we can find out where I need to go.
Fair enough.
I just know a little bit where I was before I came here.
Do you want to go back to the wizard?
Yeah, I think they're missing me a little bit, probably. But as you seem a bit upset when I got taken.
Oh, I'm sorry, Barnet.
It's okay.
I'm sure that we will all help each other, no? Help Barnet in order to find his wizard again.
Yeah. Barney's will
Yes.
help Barney's.
I think yours is a given.
Yep.
And Navarra's going to tell us at some point what she wants. So
Oh, yes. There is much to discuss. And for that,
How may I help?
anything you wish to achieve or discuss now, or maybe at a later date?
I'm good.
Good. Then, if it is not too much trouble, I think I will take my leave. Good night, gentlemen, and I shall see you in the morning. And she'll do like a little dip that's like a respectful bow curtsy thing,
Yeah.
and go upstairs.
Okay. Rose, we'll just follow
Yeah.
you for a quick second. Just obviously keep this little bit of going. You head to your room, lock yourself in. What do you do?
I would like to ritually cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
It's playing BTT. There we go. That should bring it up.
Understood, and easy enough to do. Do you want me to just send it you, or do you want me to read it for you?
Oh. Just send it to me. Then I've got a copy of it anyway. It's up to you if you want to read it out loud as well. I'll tell the guys anyway.
Well, how about this? I'll let you read it out loud then, just for the sake of people listening and stuff.
Keep it in character. Make it interesting.
Yeah. So you should have it now. I sent you the link because I've sent you a share link because it's a Google Drive thing I've written.
Yeah, just got it. Perfect.
Obviously, you guys had already pre-diagnosed that it was written in deep speech. Now, with the spell, you should be able to understand it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like fucking Liam. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
And just as a reminder, this contract was in a drawer with about, I think I said 30 or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 3 dozen or something like that, or 40. It was around about 30 to 40, I think, in a number. Ah, right. That makes sense. Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm guessing now she will wait a little bit until she can hear other people going to bed and maybe try and listen out for Jake. I nearly called him Jacob. Josiah heading to his room.
So you're waiting for Jacob to come to your room? Okay.
I'm waiting for Josiah to head to his room so I can go
no.
knock on his door. I don't mind waiting a bit.
Eventually, some of you guys will flag and start to head to rest. Again, assuming there's nothing else you guys wish to accomplish. Otherwise, please say. Eventually, various different groups will go to bed. You guys will start to rest. Josiah, you yourself will eventually go to, shockingly, rest. Who knew?
Wow.
Where upon you'll notice Nivara is like kind of keeping an eye out for people coming and going to bed, and will kind of grab your attention.
Aye.
And she'll kind of either go with him into his room or bring him into
I
her
guess she's
room.
like motioning into her room, so be like, all right. He looks a bit like, yes.
Are you okay? Did you have too much ale?
No. I need a clear head for tomorrow.
Excellent. I had a chance to read the contract. You know, the ones that we found in Jacob's office? And I wanted to talk to you about it.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Did she clock? Can I roll an insight check to see if she kind of catches on that he's being very strange at the moment?
You
he just caught him like.
I mean, you've got to understand. You've just randomly beckoned a man into your room, and you haven't explained yourself in any way. I think, but to be fair though, I think it's kind of. I'm actually not going to let you roll because I think it's kind of funny that Nivara wouldn't pick up on that potential meaning.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Nivara would think very mission orientated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, it is a contract between the. Maybe if I just explain this in more detail. So, it's unless
eventually, Josiah, you will notice that she's wielding the contract lifted from Jacob's compound.
Yeah, he's like, you kind of just like rushed him in, and he's kind of like waiting for you. He's like, I feel like just speak. I'm listening. Just tell me the whole thing. Like you don't have to keep asking if I'm listening. Just tell me.
Oh, okay. So this is a contract that says that the signer will follow Captain Jacob Prescott and his crew. Sorry. And it mentions a great one until they are no longer fit for work. So they will work under their power bestowed by the great one until they are no longer fit for work. It includes submitting their will when there is no crew at port for means of security and defense, which would explain why, you know, the weirdness that we saw in Prescott's place.
The zombie people, yeah.
Yes. And failure to do so forfeits their will to Jacob and the Great One to be punished as they see fit. It is signed in blood. The name is Clivert Dawkins. Sorry, I have to translate. It's translating into Elven, and then I have to translate it into Common, so it just takes a minute.
Yeah, I don't recognise that name. Great one though. Do you know what the fuck it is?
That is what I was bringing you in here for. I wanted. Also, it seemed important to you. You know, I'm not just going to keep this to myself. Do you know of a great one or the great one? It's like capitalize and everything. If you can capitalize deep speech.
It's italic. That's what it is.
Yeah. DM,
yes.
Did he sort of, I guess, like, I knew he was getting into supernatural stuff and it was going weird. Did he mention this great one?
Make a history check. And I'll give you advantage.
Ooh, drama.
Vintage history. Well, 9.
You don't recall exactly, but it just sounds, you know, when something just sounds like it should fit. You don't know, but it's like, but it sounds like it just fits perfectly. But I don't know. Like he could have maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a deviation from.
No,
what
it sounds in the realm of realism based on what you remember experiencing?
It rings true, Navara. It rings true.
Hmm.
I just wish, I just don't. I think that is part of what we need to find, is why he's doing what he's doing, what this thing is. It's something. I'd as a guess it's under the water if he needs a diving bell, but
It's a diving bell. Hmm.
Yeah, because you guys found in very early on,
yeah.
one of the things he was looking for was means of submersibles.
Would there sort of be a there's like sailors folk tales and things like that. Is there anything like prominent around the area that it could be like, well, this might ring true or this might be related to it?
Oh, like
Ooh.
hearing of the Kraken or something like that.
Yeah. I know what he means. Yeah, make another lore check, make a history check.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Well. You know what? That sounds like a pretty good roll to me. You remember something. You don't know names or anything like this, but that roll is enough to get you the snippet. You remember hearing rumors of there being like this large underwater temple of some description, like leagues beneath the sea, like thousands of leagues beneath the sea. No one's ever found it. Thank you, Ben, for the prime. He's the prime for the nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. More nat 20s, more prime. You remember hearing something about some large temple that's beneath the sea, ancient. And you remember hearing, and this is all speculation and rumor. You've never seen any proof of it. It's like the Loch Ness monster sort of thing. You remember hearing about there's an entity down there that was dealing with essentially mutating people, changing people, and altering people, changing them from what they are to. And you've heard horror stories about how someone came back with no eyes and 7 hands and various other things. Again, how true they are, you don't know. But you remember hearing about this ancient facility, this temple that is all about malforming people into its own design.
Right. You sort of say there's like rumors, myths of a temple underneath the ocean, of a change giver, a change bringer, and it warps people.
Sorry, how does it warp them?
I don't know.
You don't know now.
Do you know a general location of this temple?
Would I?
No, but hang on. You do get a tiny bit more. Just let me dig the name up.
Yeah.
Because there is a name that you remember. It's like you don't know how it's pronounced, so I'm just going to put it in the chat. And then however you pronounce it is, yeah. You remember hearing, along with the rumors, that name being brought up.
Yeah, an Archaea.
Archaea?
Archaea.
Archaea. May I do some sort of check to see if this has popped up at any time in my historical dealings with pre and slightly post-Krieg information?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you. You know, like Tales of Old. I'm a
Yep,
historian.
Understood.
Rolling a dice. That is an 18. Does anything spring to mind?
You've never heard that name. You've heard many, many different like tales of like old gods, demons, and various fiends, and even some rogue demigods and things like this, and even fey creatures, to an example of doing things along the vague description of what Josiah is explaining. But the Arcia, Archaea, Acia, however you want to say it, you don't recognize it, and nothing rings true. Like, it obviously has some truth to it because there's no smoke without fire sort of deal, but yeah, no, you've actually never heard of it.
It's maybe some sort of cryptid, you know, something. There might be a scientific explanation for what is happening, but at the same time, how intriguing. Is there any more temples of this sort scattered across?
Not that
Or
I know
something
of. As I say, it's just a tale.
You've never seen anything concrete. I mean, hell, even if someone like brought like a weird tool or like an ancient tome that's unreadable or something like this, like many people have brought many things and said they're different things, but how true it is, you have no, like, you've growing up in the archipelago, you know pretty much if someone says it's something, it most likely isn't. Especially with things of great intrigue like this. Someone probably got very drunk one day and saw a book and thought, that's some, like, me grandfather's uncle, brother's cousin gave me that from this temple eons ago. And it's like, no.
Oh, yeah, just use it. I imagine some wizard's pissed up bloke, like, sort of telling the tale when the pub's closing about
pretty much, yeah.
This ancient temple, yeah.
And then from those rumors and those crazy people tales, like some rumor then springs between more normal folk, and then that's how a legend is born. But given what you have in front of you, it's definitely a lot more concrete than what you're used to in terms of evidential wise. Because you physically, you all saw, as you've explained, you all saw the zombified deckhands and things like this work in the Isle, and it seems to have some hold.
It'll be, when we set eyes on Jake, it'll be interesting to see if he's changed.
She kind of smiles for a second and goes, if he has managed to find a way to get down to that sort of depth, it would be interesting to see even how he was to do it. And if he has changed, there are other things that could change somebody, but I think this is the first actual thread of information into what has happened that we have. You did good, Josiah. It is.
You get to call him Jacob again.
Yeah.
It's because I'm looking at it in front of my face. I'm sorry. That is a road slip up, not a knife. But she'll just be like, also I got you a little gift. I hope I am not overstepping any boundaries, but it seems something that sailors do. And she'll go into a small, like, she's got like a little satchel, hasn't she, where she carries all her stuff in, and pull out the small roll of paper and kind of hand it over to him.
Oh, Nagasa, you open it up.
Journey. Oh,
you want me to open it later? Oh, okay.
No, it is fine. You have already opened it, so...
No, he's gone. If he's, I would just say you would have stopped him. You'd be like, I'll open it later then.
Okay. It is, for our first journey, it seemed something that you did with, and I am looking forward to it. And an adventure.
Hopefully.
So...
And as the both of you continue to discuss and obviously talking over the contract you guys stole from Jacob Prescott's compound, The discussions over the gift that you've just handed over will continue for a little bit longer as the night will eventually draw more and more to a point where you guys will rest for the evening. Again, interrupt me at any point if anyone wants to continue doing anything or do anything.
No, I think after about 3 seconds after she's kind of been like, there's an adventure, she'll kind of look at him and then look towards the door, look back at him and be like, you can go now if you'd like.
Yeah, he would sort of go. Yeah. But
Good night,
good night.
Captain.
Eventually, rest will come to you all, and you will wake up in the morning on the day that you are, in theory, set sail eastward. The big question is, with your provisions, your newly found crew, on your newly obtained ship, where are you guys planning on heading? Are you heading to the Crimson Blossom Isle, as suggested, or are you going more eastward in the hopes of encountering the Baroness's fleet?
I think
First one, Carpenter. I think we agreed.
yes. Is it Crimson Blossom? Right?
Yeah.
Just wanted to double check, obviously, because I didn't want to presume wrong.
To be honest, what the Harbour Master said kind of makes a lot of sense. We don't know how they're going to react to us. We don't want to die immediately, you know. So
yeah, that would
see what
suck.
we can do. Yeah, you know, it's a bit disheartened, and it might be that we don't lose everybody, but then we've got to go through like several different rituals, and then somebody might die, and we never get them back again, and we all feel terrible. But yeah,
I know what kind of
Blossom
assholes
Isle.
do that.
I know, right?
That's really bad, right?
Sorry, I feel like I need to include Matt sometimes because he's just sitting there quietly.
Definitely including definitely including the cheap suits.
Do not rush to try and get me back in.
I know.
We don't have any control over that. We're just like
I've told Danny this as well.
We've got a plan in place. We know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, no rush. Carry on. I'm happy in podcast mode.
I'm gonna say, as long as Matt's happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And even if he's not happy, that makes me extra happy.
yeah. Awesome.
It's just very strange. It's just yeah. Okay. Cool.
Taking you guys back, I'm gonna put you guys now on your new ship map, complete with aft ballista. I know it looks like a cannon, but again, Incarnate does not have a ballista stamp yet. With your new crew, Montrose, Ike, Tyke, Doll, and Shell, you all aboard your ship. The harbour master informs you that everything is in correct order. You are to pay 1 gold for the ship moorings, it's 5 silver a day. You guys have spent 2 nights here. The ship has been well looked after. It has had its hull retard. You have now had in place for 10 people, hammocks and 5 crates for storage. You have purchased yourself provisions for travel. You have had a lifeboat and a ballista installed. And it looks like you guys are ready to head out. And words have lost me. I have forgotten what I was going to say. That is unfortunate as a DM of my stature. I am buffering. I'm going to take you back to the main map because obviously this in theory, this map, if we end up on this map, it's probably for not a good reason. Let's move off it for now because you guys are heading eastward to the Crimson Blossom Isle. You will need to, just as the Harbour Master would have pointed out, you will need to head to this side of the island. I don't know if you guys can see. On the right side of Crimson Blossom, that is where the town is. Again, scaling's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And with Montrose and everyone helming the crew, you won't need to make any rolls for sailing unless you want to help or unless there is a difficultness happening. Now, the first question is, on the first day of travel, is there anything you guys want to do? Obviously, Nivara and Josiah, you both spoke about the contract during the night. You can share that with the rest of the group. You can keep that to yourself so you can discuss other things. Obviously, I will remove the fog of war as needed as you guys start travel.
I think he would have just asked the rest of the crew if they knew of this name.
Okay, well, if anyone wants to make rolls to try and see if they've ever heard of, like, mentions of the Deep One or a Deep One, or maybe even the name, Archaea, like arsenic or something.
It's a Pokemon, isn't it?
That's Arceus.
Arceus or Arceus.
Yeah.
Close, yeah. It would seem. Nobody
else is
gives a
rolling.
shit. It would seem.
I'll roll.
Nobody gives a shit. But obviously, and over time, the information is passed out and you guys continue making your way. Montrose has explained that he's going to be heading round the southern part of Crimson Blossom and going around that way rather than going northward. Unless you specifically tell him to do otherwise, that is at least his intention. And again, you guys can determine routes, but otherwise they will try and pick a route. The plan is, at least, because he makes you guys aware that there is an island just to the north of where you guys are right now, which is about here that you're passing. Right. He doesn't know the name of it, but he's just saying, like, it's just easier to go south and round that way.
Yeah, no. Josiah will allow it.
Is there any resources on that island that they know of?
I don't know if there's any resources there, but if the captain ever says, we can always go take a look. It's not a big one. It's fairly small.
I mean, we can always organise to go past it on the way back. If it's something that makes you curious.
I think also because it is so close to Ivory Sands, it is probably frequented by there. It could be something that maybe at a later date we look into. I think if we stick on plan, that might help a little. You know? Go where we need to go.
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously keeping an eye out as you guys travel, you do see ships on the horizon. You can see at least the route that you're on is a decent enough traveled route. You can see a few smaller ships and a few ships of a similar size and maybe even a couple bigger ships as you pass. Nothing overtly threatening or anything that's chasing you guys down or anything silly like that. Like that doesn't happen. Matt, you cockring.
At some time, I would like to find Barnet on board the little ship.
You certainly may.
There's that too much trouble as we're kind of nearing the end of our
again,
journey.
You guys aren't sailing the ship. You guys have essentially free time unless you choose to fill it.
Hello, Barnet? Do you have a
Hello.
moment?
I think so, yeah.
Just a little time. That is all. I just have some questions for you, if it is okay.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to know?
So, whilst we were in town, Josiah meant that he did the thing with you. Could you clarify?
He didn't do anything with me, really. We went off
He did
separate
not?
ways. No.
Okay.
He took
I
me to
think I
somebody.
might
He
have-
went to somebody.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, he did the thing. Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, I will need to find his findings. Secondarily, do you know the name of your wizards? You refer to them as wizards quite a few times. Do you know their name?
Yeah. Rafa Endan. I'm just going
Sorry?
to copy and paste that in. I'll copy and paste it in. Hold on.
Thank you. That would be much.
Oh,
Done. Okay, and it was you were with him somewhere or
aha.
them? It's a her.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah. What
but,
was the speciality?
I know
Like,
that
what
sort
sort
of
of
make.
match?
I think sort of make things like edible things to help make you a little bit stronger. Give
Oh,
extra powers.
potions. Potions and
You could say
elixirs.
that, yeah.
Ah, some sort of alchemist, maybe.
I'd say so, yeah.
Alchemist, wizard, something. Oh, how interesting. And she did some experiments on you. Well, not experiments. She asked you to try a couple of things for her as a volunteer. Is that
Uh,
right?
Yeah, there's got me a few things to try. I tried them, but nothing really happened as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Did she mention anything in particular, like this should make you taller, make you smaller? This should be able to give you the ability to create flame. Any specificities? Is that how you
She
say
didn't,
it? Specificity.
yeah, she didn't say to me really.
No, she just said drink this and you drank it.
Well, yeah.
How am I not surprised? I
Who
mean, that
else
in a
but
good way, by the
Bonnet? Well, that's me.
way. Okay. And you mentioned that you previously worked for an ag in the Feywild. Do you have their name?
Yes. Let me just
May I have it?
Old Grace.
Sorry?
I'll just copy and
Oh God,
Thank
paste
you.
again.
Liam, no.
Thank you. And then, whilst you were in the Feywild, you were taken by this wizard? From
I
the
wasn't really taken. I was kind of
gifted?
you know. I'd say so, yeah. I like a little bit of a gift.
Oh, you are most certainly are a gift, and thank you for giving me your time.
No, I
And
didn't give
she
any my
will.
time. I didn't give any time, no. I
No, you
can't give
did.
you
I asked
time.
for a moment.
I mean, Liam, Barnett did
Yeah.
just give a name away. She did say, "Can I have it?"
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I will give him a little smile and walk away. I'm so tempted to create a fey, like, just in any random campaign, create a fey creature that just takes time from people. It'd be so funny. You're like, oh, I just took a yeah from you. Thank you. Oh dear. Anyway, I wander away. At
And
that
travel
point.
at the moment seems relatively good. The seas are fair. There's no issues on the horizon. The crew, at least immediately, seems more than capable. Shell scales the rigging and makes sure everything is as Montrose requires. And with the heavy lifting of Ike and Tyke, they're able to position the sails just where you need, and then obviously move the few goods down below deck where possible. Doll currently doesn't necessarily have any active mission because at the moment, thankfully, the ship is in ship shape. But what he does do is he frequently does check the hull itself just to make sure nothing's bowing, nothing's concaving, and make sure that everything is at least sturdy, which it is, thankfully. And the first day comes and the first day goes, and you start making your way as the ship starts to descend ever so slightly southward, now heading in a south-southeast trajectory, aiming to skirt under Crimson Blossom. And you do see on the very far horizon, you do start to see the the outlines of... Oh, that's not good. Give me a sec. I accidentally had a polygon reveal in the wrong area. But you do start to see the outlines of some islands as I just boop reveal like that. But as far as you're aware, you'll be sailing past those without issue. As you press further and further east, and again, interrupt me at any point, guys. As you press further and further east, you do start to see in the distance, especially moored upon some of the smaller islands that you're passing, some very large ships. We're talking large galleons and things like this, like hundreds of feet long. But you and so only those with high perception like Vlad would be able to spot them with the correct tools, and they are very far away. But you do start to see them on the horizon, and you can see a number of ships going about between the islands. This side of the archipelago seems comparatively far more busy with shipping than the other side. The western side of the island, you barely saw a ship a day, but unless you were following the same route as another ship and happened to be behind or in front of the same ship. Whereas here, at least passing through, you can see in the very far horizons a number of ships, probably about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 a day. You would see different ships. This is as you then start to make your way up northward, heading towards the eastern side of Crimson Blossom, and what you would hope is the side you need. Is there anything else you guys wish to accomplish as you are entering what would seem like your final day?
Don't think so,
Go on,
really.
Ben.
No, you go.
No, I can wait for mine. It's fine. Don't need to do it now.
What I am going to do, though, is I am going to put you on your ship's map, just for the simple fact, I did 5 maps today. Guess what one I didn't do? The Crimson Blossom. So we'll have a look at your lovely vessel. And at some point, I will get tokens for your crew as well. But you will start to eventually follow the shore up, as Montrose will explain. Capitan, according to what the harbour master said, we should be approaching the harbour, the port, or however they have it set up here, in the next few hours or so.
Excellent, Montrose. Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
How's how have the crew fared so far?
The crew fared very well. I mean, I'm enjoying the ship. It's homely. It's a little smaller than I was expecting, but it's still far bigger than most of the fishing vessels. And it's an interesting one. She has character. I can take. I've worked with a couple times. They do well. Where did you get? What was her name? How did she say? Shell. Where did you find this one? She's intriguing.
Yeah, I thought so.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She is fantastic at what she does, and she knows her way around rope very well. But she doesn't speak very concise sometimes.
She came to the tavern like everyone else.
Well, fair enough. I mean, she does her work very well, so who gives a shit what she talks like, huh?
Yeah. Tell me, are you from Burgundia then?
No, I am not. I was actually born here in the archipelagos. Why
Sorry,
do
you sound similar to someone I met a couple days ago.
I hope they were a good person, pretty and handsome and charming.
None of those, I'm afraid, but
Oh, well, I hope that I'm a good version, at least if I sound similar.
It's just because you sound similar doesn't mean you're similar. Don't worry.
Alright. Well, if it makes anything to you, I'm from Crescent Slants, actually.
Is that one of the islands, I guess?
West of Lone Spire. The fishing
Right.
village.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born there a number of years ago, moved 2 times. I was at Golden Sand, Ivory Sand, sorry, for Golden Sands is Sea of Thieves. I was at Ivory Sands for about 3 years now. And obviously I'm from here now. And he kind of like gestured to the ship.
Yeah. It's open for a long time.
Yeah. Haven't seen much of Dol, but I know he's been working below deck at least. Just keeping an eye on things, and I've heard him tinker a little bit if needed.
It might be prudent to think of if there's secondary duties we can give him.
Yes, well, at the moment, just being a carpenter alone, having him not required is good. Very good.
This is true.
Is there anything else you'll need while I garner the ship to sail?
No, that's a good report. Thank you.
Right. Ike, if you could pull the sail string about 4 foot. All right, I got it. And there's communication back and forth. At least those 3 seemingly have worked together before, and whereas Dol and Shell seem alien to the other 3. Eventually, you guys will continue northward. And you will eventually start to see signs of civilization. You will see small outposts and small structures just watching on the coastal lines. And you can see there are people inside, but they don't really do anything. They just obviously see that you're coming. You don't look threatening. Really, some of you don't look threatening. And eventually, you will find yourself docked fairly comfortably, as there is no other ships here, apart from now you guys. The Crimson Blossom Isle. About 5 or 6 people will come out with rope and pull your ship in and help you moor yourself up, and you'll step off the docks and onto the wooden planks of the Crimson Blossom. At the end of the dock, you can see an older-looking woman with what was once red hair, but has now started to grey quite heavily. And it's now like 70% grey hair and about 30% like the fading memories of like a strawberry blonde almost. She's fairly like husky and well built, but looks to be in a commanding spirit. You can see like she has like a presence of somebody at least who is of a leadership position. She doesn't hold herself in any other way. And seeing like you guys approach, you will go, names please.
Captain Josiah Blacksoul.
Right, and how many are you?
10 in total.
Perfect. What can we do for you?
We're here to see your carpenter.
All right. We got a few carpenters around here. Do you know anyone? Are you looking for anyone in particular? I think you may be mistaken. I'm Greta. I'm one of the harbour masters here.
Ah, I see.
If you are looking for carpenters, we can certainly find you, but if you are looking for Greta, you are looking for me.
I am looking for you then.
Right. What can I do for you?
The harbour masters sent us from Ivory Sands saying, I think you in your need of help, and if we help you, then you will help reinforce our hull.
Right, Gwen sent you. Okay, so... yeah, so he sent you here looking for fixing up your ship, right?
Aye.
Right. Well, it's safe to say that we've had a few problems, and help would definitely be appreciated. Let's not do this on the dock. Well, let's go to my work. We'll talk there properly and away from certain people. Let's keep this private. Are all of your people coming? Gesturing to all 10 of you, including your ship's crew.
I think you'll sort of say, Montrose, you staying here?
Certainly, Capitan, unless you need me, I will stay here with the ship. And I will make sure that the people on the dock do a fine job while we're here.
Very well. You stay with the crew, and me and my compatriots will discuss what we need to do.
Understood. We will head back and make sure the dock workers know what they're doing.
Aye, sounds good.
Right, Ike, Tyke, Dol, and Shell, let's go back to the ship, unless you need to get anything yourselves from the merchants here, and we will guide the dock workers into doing what they need to do. Understood? I'm Montrose.
Josiah will actually, stop for a second, then you'll be like, oh, actually, I've got an idea for Shell. Shell?
Yeah.
All
right.
Sort of beckon her over.
You need me?
I get the sense you're good at looking around and not being noticed.
Of course, yeah.
Can you do that here?
Where don't you want me to be seen? Where don't you want me?
Just have a look around. Get a sense of who's around in this town.
Anything? Okay. Looking for bad guys? Nice guys?
Bad guys. Anyone interesting? Just
okay.
See anything interesting.
Putting the hood up and the large yellow eyes just disappear under the hood. Okay. And then she'll kind of just shuffle past you and then just start heading inland.
Yeah.
And eventually, after weaving past a couple of people, you lose track of her fairly easily.
Yeah. Send Gobbo to do Gobbo things. It's
Goblin mode activates.
Yeah.
And eventually you guys will then walk with Greta to a small, essentially it's like a hut, a wooden hut on the end, on the edge of the land before the pier. It's got a small desk. It's got some basic papers in there and things like this, just of means of keeping tracks of things. Right. Did anybody explain to you about the problems we're having here then, if you were sent here by Quen?
Quen just said you might need help, and he was more concerned that if we take 2 direct hits, we'll go to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, yeah, I can understand why that's a problem, but I'm sure we can probably sort you out with some Crimson Tree wood. It's durable and flexible, at least more than most of the trees around here.
He didn't say what the issues were. I just got the sense there were some if there was going to be a trade.
Right. So you're looking to help us, we help you sort of thing.
Yeah.
Understood. Well, we have been having some issues in the Crimson Forest. A lot of the lumbers workers that have been going deeper into the forest, because we don't like to cut the entire forest clean. We want to regrow as we go. The trees here are very limited.
Yeah.
The problem is, recently, when we've been going deeper into the forest, I've been told, at least by some of the workers, and these aren't my workers, mind you, I'll explain who to go to, but I was the one that essentially overlooks a lot of these problems. As far as I've been explained to, and she's kind of looking over a bit of paper with some writing on, workers are being attacked by flower people, plant creatures, and other such descriptions have been given. It's interesting.
That's interesting. And he'll look at the Haragon for a second, like, I'll not say anything, just
Right, well, as far as I've been aware, the original expeditions that we've been going have already taken us about 2 or 3 miles inland. But other than that, we've been struggling to push any further.
Do you think there's so the job is basically take out whatever causing these plant people?
Well, look, I say plant people with a very heavy quotation because it's the first I've ever heard of such a thing here, and I've been doing work here now for about 15 years or so. We've never had flower people or plant monsters attack before, so it's entirely new to me. I think the most important thing is going and finding out what actually is the thing that's causing the people issue. I don't think it's actually flowers.
No. So find out what the thing is, and if need to, stop the thing.
Yes, well, that's the hope.
Very well.
I can send you to the lumber master, and you can speak with him. He goes by the name of fuck.
Lumbery Joe. No, I don't.
Well, you can certainly call him Lumbery Joe for all I give a shit. Jonah. That's his name. Jonah.
Jonah. There you are. So he's close to here then.
Yes, well, if you head out the dock here, and you follow the path up past the tavern, and make a right, and he's the last building before the settlement ends. It's obvious they have woodcutters out front and stuff. They prepare a lot of firewood as well as wood shaping. It's not just... It's indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Sort this out for us, and we'll have a look at your ship and we'll see what we can do for you. Obviously, depending on the severity of work needing to be done to your ship, I obviously can't guarantee how long you'll be here with us. But we can discuss.
Sounds reasonable to me. He'll stick his hand out.
Of course. And she'll like grab you at the forearm and pull you in. Just be careful with Jonah. He's a little... He's a... What, Liam?
It was to pull you in, I think.
I heard a fucking...
It was to pull you in. I think that's what it was.
Fuck me, dude. I just heard it and it immediately just broke me out of line. Just be careful with Jonah. He's a little... stern-faced. People who don't know him probably think he's an arsehole, but he means well. He just speaks bluntly.
I can deal with that sort. That's okay.
Right, well, I'll go and make sure people are restocking your ship if that's something you need. Other than that, enjoy your stay. Any other questions, come to me or visit the tavern. A lot of people there usually congregate, so if you need anybody, they're probably the best place to go.
Excellent, thank you.
Have a good day, everybody, and I will see you all soon. Heading out.
Nod, leave, and
Heading out and following the directions on the Crimson Blossom Isle, heading towards the Lumber Master. And it is as easy as she explained. You go past the tavern, you make a right, and you can immediately see the second you turn right, you can see that there's one large two-story like wooden house with a gazebo type structure where it's like the pillars and the roof that's attached. And then in front of that, you can see large tree stumps and stuff with people cutting and shaping wood and planing it. It's painfully obvious. In a good way.
Yeah.
And you start heading there, and you speak with one... do you speak with just one of the first people that you see there, or do you like head in and try and like find anyone not busy or anything?
He'll just sort of be like, put us to Jonah.
Well, Jonah is... He's in the house at the minute, so if you stick your head in there and just give him a shout, he'll probably hear you, all right?
Thank you.
Right. And following through, again, with everyone in tow, stick your head in the door and give a shout of...
Looking for Jonah.
There you go. A few moments pass, and you just hear... I'll be with you in a minute. Just give me a minute.
All right.
And you hear like heavy thunking and like large clattering upstairs. Almost, it sounds like someone's tipping tables over. And you hear large scraping and pounding, and then eventually you'll hear the... as like heavy footsteps start coming down. And it actually takes you by surprise what you see is because you actually see a Loxodon. You see the large elephant-like mammoth features, and you can see the long trunk and brown fur, 2 small tusks that protrude out.
Huh.
Right. What can I do?
Greta sent us here to investigate this plant people fuckery.
Right. So, we've been having some Liam,
Yeah.
leave. Leave the fucking hall.
For fuck's sake.
Right, yeah. So, we've been having complaints, like some fucking people been going into the forest and they've been saying like, oh, we've found some like plant thing and it attacked me, and oh, this vine like tried to choke me and all this. Yeah, it's, if you go out in the forest, it's about a few miles or so. People have been saying they started seeing things, it's fucking hallucinations and things like this. But the problem is, like, half of them won't fucking go in there no more.
Right,
Takes a big
okay.
drink from his cup that he's carrying with him. So, I take it Greta sent you, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, if she's fucking dealing with it, then I guess whatever. Cool. I can show you in the forest where to go. Apparently, just if you go in there and you try and cut the trees or something, the trees attack you, the plants attack you, and it's just. I've dealt with some things, but like. This is like a new level. Have you guys ever dealt with plant people? Are you like some like specialists or something?
To be honest, I just kill things that need to be killed, and I do it by stabbing it until they stop getting up.
Good enough. That's all I care about. Good enough. Back it. Right. And he'll like come over to a wall, and you can see there are some like leather like hides with like charcoal drawings on. Come here, all of you. So I've kind of drawn like a squiggle here of where we are. This is the edge of the settlement here. And if we, what we've done is we've made a path for the first 3 miles or so. You follow that, and then once you get to the path and you keep going north. I'm assuming you guys have navigation tools and stuff, so I'll be fine. Go north, and apparently when it gets really dense in the forest and like a lot of the greeneries, like across the floor and stuff, vines and plants and things, it's apparently about there where things start to get fucky and trying to cut trees down, so feel free to try and see what happens. Apparently there's like these little like people, plant things that attack you and like make you run away or try and stop you.
Do you have a spare axe?
Yep. Take an axe with you if you want. Essentially, it'll be
at the Haragon, but like he's like, oh, a proper wood chopping axe would.
Yep, I can set you with a woodcutter's axe. Obviously, bring it back though, right?
Oh yeah.
Swear to God, sometimes the people they send out here, because of other stupid people is ridiculous. Like I apologize, like that you've had to come all the way out here, but like you it's just gonna be a fucking day in the forest for nothing.
Well, you know, Greta seems like a sensible woman. She hasn't said go and kill the fairy flower queen. She just said stop out whatever fuckery's happening here. So we'll get to the bottom of it.
All right. Well, what's your name, by the way? And the rest is
Desire Black Soul.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like Captain. And this
All right,
is
all right.
introduce everyone.
Wouldn't have took you for a captain, but nice. Well done. Well done.
I was thinking I might need a hat.
Eh,
I was thinking about that earlier. I don't know.
to be fair, you could probably do with some a bit of a wardrobe change entirely. Honestly, you gotta look fancier than your
Fair
mates.
point. Yeah, fair point. And this is Nivara Vlad.
All right. I see.
Barnet and Dax, who's here but not here.
Oh, yeah. He kind of like looks over your shoulder at Dax and just goes, "Yeah, right. Never mind. Can't win them all. So, I mean, don't like rush yourselves or anything. You can leave like whenever you want, but yeah. Follow the path about 3 miles. Go north, and apparently when the greenery's like dense, is about where you need to be.
All right.
Now, if you don't mind me, I need a piss. So
No.
feel free to
We've got-
discuss in character because Danny needs a piss.
Okay.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
Delightful.
Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Feel free to discuss anything in character. Apologies,
Wait, this
everyone.
character is taking some guy called Danny for a piss?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a whole thing. Like, don't ask. I'll be back in a second, guys. So, yeah. Give me a second.
Are you going to go to the toilet too?
Wait,
Okay.
so Barney hops off to the loo as well.
They're in the same house and they're holding each other up. Don't worry. Right, so let's talk about the ship. I think while it's in dock, why don't we try and get some sort of partitions done in below deck for some security, for example?
Oh, actually, arrange some rooms. I assume we can do that as part of this deal because
Yeah,
Yeah.
because obviously the carpenter will want to put his tools away and somewhere where to work. We'd probably want some sort of security for high value goods. And I think that's what we should consider as well when we move on from this island, wherever we go next, see if there's any trade that goes there just to get a little extra income.
makes sense. I think they're going to be putting in not foundations but buttresses and stuff underneath, so that'll lend itself to rooms.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. While the ship's there, might as well get it done while it's on the refurb.
It's not a
Makes
bad
sense.
shout.
Pick up some trade goods. No, makes sense.
I am back. You can carry on as you are. Like,
Oh,
So am I.
thank you for that.
Okay.
But I'd say with this mission, let's just crack it on as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think get this sorted, get the boat sorted, find Baroness, and then we can move on from there. Yeah, I think that's a conversation, Danny. If you want to,
yeah, no, that's fine. So as you guys obviously, with the intention of let's just as soon as let's go and see whatever the problem is, deal with it, and then jobs are good. So following the instructions again, you'd start leaving and heading out, and you can see that there is a dirt path that has been made and then has been outlaid with rocks, so it doesn't like overgrow very quickly. And it's a very small single file path that pushes deep into the forest, and you guys start making your way. Is there anything you guys do while traveling?
No, I think it's just getting to the pre-race point. Oh,
I am going to cast Mage Armor on myself, just in case.
Fair enough.
That seems important. There we go.
Appreciate it. Heading out.
Forehead.
You head out the 3 miles where the path ends, which probably takes you guys about, and you're not going quickly, you're going slow enough just to keep an eye out, just in case. Probably about 40 minutes or so. It's not terribly far. You guys have traveled much further in much less time. And the path eventually makes way to small clearings where they've cut clusters of trees out, and you can see trees are sparsely populated, but you can see deeper into the forest where the trees are much more dense, and you can start pushing your way northward. Can I get a survival check from anyone who is taking charge to make sure you don't fall into any hazards?
Vlad,
Guys,
lead the way.
me. All right, there we go.
Hmm.
Sorry, just advance. Told you. I'm so sorry.
60.
Okay. It's not the best job, but you do at least keep the party, Vlad, on a straight enough line. I think the reason probably why your roll is as low as it is not for the fact that you are so incredibly awful at survival, which is partially true. But it might be the fact that because the Crimson Forest that you're in is so different to normal forests that you've been through, you've never been here before and you've never seen it. The trees here, now the way it is you know the colour of cherry blossoms when they're in bloom in spring, where it's like that light pink almost with a slight red tinge going through them. But they're deciduous trees. They're not actual blossom trees. They're deciduous trees, but all of the leaf and greenery has this pinky red hue to everything, and somehow darker than others, some are lighter than others, some are as close to white as almost can be, and then some are more of an actual crimson blood red. Yes, but the average is like a pinky colour, like a cherry blossom. You start pushing your way in, deeper and deeper, as I will now move you guys to this map.
Oh.
What was that? Hello?
It's Liam, wasn't it?
Hello.
Liam made
Yeah.
a sound.
Sorry, I heard the USB sound.
Oh.
I don't think that was me.
I heard, like, you know when you
Wasn't
unplug
ours.
a USB and
Liam
you hear
makes
that
many noises,
dudum.
but-
But
No, but you know when you
No,
unplug a
dudum.
USB and you hear that dudum.
Yeah.
I heard that. What the fuck?
I didn't.
okay,
Everything's
not me,
working,
then.
so we're gonna carry on like it didn't happen. If you guys want to put your models right in the middle there, thank you, Vlad. I'm glad you could read my mind. And this is about one of the largest clearings you've seen for a while, as the greenery starts to get a bit more densely packed in here, and you can see that there isn't really any signs of like logging anymore. You can see the tree that's felled there looks to have felt naturally. It's like an old dead hollow tree. We're missing somebody? Oh no, it's Dax and it's not there. Never mind. But yeah, you now notice that everything, it's about where is described.
Yeah.
And you can see in and around the tree there where you are, compared to like other parts of the forest around you, around that tree, you notice a lot of like dead shrubs and things like this, where it's like lost all its leaves. It's gone very twiggy and thorny. And you can see where it looks like something has tried to grow out and around the tree and has obviously failed in its efforts.
Are we ready if I get start chopping?
Yeah. Chop away.
Very well. I'll you just get the woodcutter's axe and we'll find the nearest sort of live tree. Assume it's like this one.
Oh, so we try hitting the dead tree first. See if they react to that.
Oh, okay. And he'll do it into the dead tree.
Okay. Can you make an attack roll? Yeah, just make an attack roll.
Right.
It's technically prone, so you get advantage, I guess.
Right, I'm just going to roll rapier because I don't know fucking
Fine. Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit the tree.
I'll look around.
No, roll damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Is this tree not dead?
You just take the axe and you kind of aim for like a big bulky mass. And you just kind of like cleave into it. And as you do, if I just can do this and just... You cleaved it clean in half, mind you. But you notice as there's the shrubs and stuff that were growing out of the tree, which you kind of hit as a consequence of hitting the tree, kind of shiver and quiver and just fall limp.
What the fuck?
And as you do that, other sections of dead shrub and bush start to form and take shape into small little humanoids. Yes. You guys put yourself pretty much bang in the middle of all these little
You
creatures.
told us to.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, I know I told you to be there, but you literally, the tokens are in the middle. Like, you could have been anywhere in this little clearing, is what I mean. But you start seeing as these little, like, humanoids, like, twitch and jerk suddenly as they start rustling and cracking, and you can hear the twigs snapping and the roots. They don't speak. They don't make sounds. Apart from the sounds, obviously, the branches and stuff are making around you. As they all start to jerk to life.
Oh.
I would like initiative. Vlad, you are top of the turn order as you suddenly see in and around you the bushes come to life and the bushes are angry.
Is this one dead then?
Oh yeah, no, that one's dead as shit. You completely like killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at what I can do. I'm gonna obviously just pull my weapon out first, and thank you, Liam. And I'm gonna hold until they attack me.
So you're going to hold an action to attack one that attacks you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it is the tree people's turn.
Oh, there we go.
This one over here is just gonna just shuffle forward, just and it's just gonna take its like spiked dead like branch like arms, and it's just gonna rake them down you as it just starts clawing at your legs, Josiah. And it's gonna make an attack. Yes. Oh no. Josiah, Can you roll for me a strength check? Okay. Okay. Now can you roll a d4?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to point out that oh god no, oh god, these creatures are tiny. They are about 2 foot tall at max, and this little one starts running at you, and you see it coming immediately as you kind of freak out. Instincts take over. What's the first thing you do at a thing that's a perfect like booting height? You just you literally just instinctually, and because it was a natural 1 and 4 on the severity, you instinctually just turn and boot it. With the roll of a 10, it was enough to send it 10 foot backwards as you literally just punt kick this thing. But you did enough damage to kill it at the same time. You literally, this tiny little bush is coming at you to like attack you with its like little sharp like talon like things, and you just turn and just kick it with such force it just goes inert.
It's full of fucking chaos at the moment, at the minute, because he's like killed one accidentally by chopping it in half, and then one's come running and he's just booted it instinctually.
Yeah,
and killed it.
You not only did you kill it, but you sent it 10 foot backwards at the same time. So I could just imagine Josiah with his woodcutter's axe, like, nah, slap. Oh my god, what the fuck? And then turns in a panic, bang! It just boots this little thing.
Yeah, it's full chaos pirate.
Oh
mode,
my god. This one here, though, it's going to attack Barnet. Or at least it's going to try to, I shall say. Wow!
Oh,
From
Jesus.
natural 1 to natural 20. It took Barnet by complete surprise. As what it is, Barnet, you unknowingly were stood on it. Not doing any damage to it, but you were stood on it. So as it starts to form, the spikes of the dead, like, branches and things like this just start breaking through the fur and, like, digging in very, very harshly. As it does, 9 points of piercing damage, as I did max damage.
Okay.
And it just starts, like, essentially bear hugging your leg, but it's using, like, its thorns to, like, pierce you. This one here is going to attack, you're going to charge Josiah as well, seeing you've killed 2 of its friends.
Yeah.
Now, Vara, you may get an attack of opportunity if you so wish.
Yeah, I'll hit out with my staff. Why not? That one.
$16.
16 to hit.
It hits.
It does. Oh. It should just be the D6 damage. So 2 points of damage.
Okay. You kind of just thwack out at it, and like you knock a lot of the branches and stuff, and like you can see like it's dead wood to a point where it shatters rather than just breaks, and you break large portions of it off as it still just continues like and then just takes a swipe out at Josiah.
Okay.
With a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And it does 2 points of piercing damage as it just rakes down the back of your calves as you've just recoiling from the kick. Vlad, the one in front of you is going to attack you, so you will get to attack it in a moment. As it rolls a 12 to hit and misses pretty awfully.
I'm happy he missed.
But now you get to attack him.
Yeah. And I miss.
You miss as well. Yeah, as you two just start like...
It's too small.
Yeah, you're not used to such small creatures. And the last one is going to hit out at Nivara. With a 21 to hit, dealing 4 points of piercing damage as its like spikes get caught up in like the light and like delicate fabrics, and it catches basically and then like ripping into the skin a little bit underneath. As you then kind of have to like rip your leg away as You can hear just ripping of like its branches and your clothes. These creatures are little fuckheads. But
Yep.
it is your turn.
Cool. So I will take up my pocket watch and get it hovering with the glowing clock face, and with my staff in one hand, I'm going to reach down towards the one that's this one, the one that just attacked me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try and grab it and do shocking grasp.
Okay.
You know, because I've seen what happens when lightning hits trees.
Yep.
That'd be a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And he takes, or they take, 2 points of damage.
Okay.
But what I am going to do is, knowing what that spell does, as it seems to shock things, I'm just going to take a couple of steps this way.
Yeah, because I believe, isn't it, I can't do an attack of opportunity.
It can't have reactions against me.
But
So
the
it can't.
blue
It
one
removes
can.
its reaction.
But the blue one can.
I would have gone underneath the tree if I needed to.
Fine, that's
if
fine.
that makes sense.
I'll allow it.
I would have veered round if that makes sense.
So you reach out and grasp your hand around one of its spindly branches, and you just kind of feel the electrical energy just surge into it. And you actually watch as, like, inside its branches, like, glow, as, like, basically create, like, an exoskeletal glow. And it glows blue and then, like, a dark red as you almost, like, singed its insides a little bit. It's hanging on. It's not healthy, but it's hanging on. And then you take a few steps back and just prepare yourself. Barnet, how do you do the same?
Can I rage, please?
Yeah, go on, I'll allow it.
I gotta do something extra now.
I would like to know, what does your rage look like, Barnet? Because I've been trying to imagine it.
I'll get angry and I'll start to glow.
What does
Okay.
What does Barnet look like angry?
A bunny on steroids.
I just imagine it's like, you know, when a toddler tries to be upset with you and it's got its face all scratched up. That's what I imagine. Just yeah, carry on. Sorry. He's a little bunny boy.
I'm gonna copy and paste this, just save me having to read it out. Well, basically the bolt of light coming from me at somebody I pick. So I'm just going to pick the blue one here.
Okay.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, okay.
That passes, so nothing happens.
Okay, so as you just watch, the ears just droop ever so slightly, and as he grits his teeth and just holds his weapon with a bit more grip, you watch as just some light starts to well up in his chest and form like a small bead of light, and then just shoot forward at this plant-like creature, doing nothing.
And now I'm gonna hit it with my axe.
That looks rather rude. Shooting things at it.
It's almost the equivalent of literally someone pointing a torch and just turning it on and off, just like quickly. That's all that happened.
He's got a beamer.
He's got a fat beamer.
Has he just made babies?
Yeah.
Are you hitting the blue one again, Liam?
Yeah, the blue one again, yeah.
It's...
Okay. So... 14 slashing damage.
Yep, Liam. He's dead about 4 times over.
Yeah.
As you almost actually, because it doesn't have as nowhere near as any resistance as you expect, you actually cleave through it, and you embed your axe into the soil, and you almost get your axe stuck in the soil because you hit the floor with that much force. You get it out, but just.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to have a little run round to here.
Alright.
Then that's me done.
Josiah.
Yeah, following Barnet's lead, he will... Actually, Vlad's got 2. He'll peel off to help support Vlad, so...
I won't worry about me too much. So.
Well, he doesn't want to crowd Barnet. 1, 2, 3... Yeah. go up there and he'll attack red.
Okay. It's. Yup. That's more than enough, as you just kind of run up and with one thrusting slash, you just impale it on your sword and lift it up and then kind of like swoosh it down. Still trying to get to grasp quite what the fuck these are, and it just goes inert.
Okay. You also go shrug. Okay.
Vlad?
For one radiant fire on that dude, please.
It fails and takes 1 point of radiant damage
Yay!
as it just kind of lights up and you see some of the tips of the branches just shrivel inwards, doing some damage. As it is now Tree People's turn. And you're going to notice that the one in front of you, Vlad, kind of just sinks its roots into the ground a little bit and seems to replenish itself some, healing back the damage you dealt to it.
Interesting.
And then as it's finished doing that, it just kind of tries to reach around your shield and grab it like your hand that's holding the shield. And it will do so with a 22 to hit.
What's my armor? In that case, I'm going to just go, no, thank you. That's 23 armor. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Yep, you choose to use shield there, that's fine. And then the next one that's with Barnet, seeing as you span around it kind of pirouettes with you and then will kind of go, oh, and it'll like spin round you here, like almost as if it's half playing a game while it's trying to murder you, as it like jumps around you and then takes a slash for a 21 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
And it does 5 points of piercing damage down to 2. As you kind of run round it, ready to attack, it kind of turns and like kind of almost as if it's trying to skip around you and then just takes like these wild slashes which do catch on some of the fur, doing some damage. Novara.
Yeah, I am going to bring forth one of my clock hands and I'm going to shoot it at this one that's in front of Barnet.
Go for
Why
it.
not, That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
And deals... Ooh, 7 points of necrotic. Don't know if that does anything, but let's see.
You shoot this clockhead arrow and it just thunks it and then just like kind of disintegrates on impact, but then kind of watches like a lot of the twigs start to wither and curl and then die, as then it just falls backwards and just starts rotting further past decay that it already was.
Yeah, I just sped it up a little bit, the decay. That's all it was.
Barnet.
I am going to fire my laser at this one here, my bonus action.
Okay.
So I need a Constitution saving throw.
How's a 4?
That's a fail. So I take 1d6. What damage was it? Was it radiant?
Radiant, yeah.
And he's now blinded.
You just turn with the small bead of light replenish and you just kind of flicker at it and you flash your beamer for just a second. And Vlad and Josiah, you watch as the twig creature kind of recoils, almost like trying to put its branches across the main center mass where you'd assume its face might be if it had one. And it kind of recoils and it stumbles over, like seemingly extremely hurt from the process as well. And it starts flailing, but doesn't seem to be affected by the blind condition.
Oh, okay.
Almost because it doesn't have eyes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Go on.
I'm then going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 and hit the bush. I see what happens.
What you doing?
Okay. Okay.
I got to kill things.
Roll to hit.
Stupid idiot.
So where's the weapon gone? There it is.
Roll
20.
damage.
14 damage.
You swing with like a horizontal swing, and you just hit the wood with an almighty thunk.
Okay, nothing else happens.
You start to hear around you some heavy rustling. You don't see anything just yet.
I'd call out, you stupid idiot.
Josiah.
Well, out.
No, we don't want them out yet, you plonker. Freaking hell.
I'll go and I'll try and finish off this one. I'll run up and I will like run, jump, stab. That's a
That
nope.
misses, unfortunately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The adrenaline gets the better of you in this moment, and you do swing wildly. But Vlad?
Oh, for God's sake,
This little creature that he's barely holding on to life somehow gets a turn.
I can't do nothing.
You have had a history of awful melee attacks.
Oh my, and everything.
As the creature like scrambles to its feet and kind of takes a step back, and its arms are twitching as it's like just trying to figure out what to do next, and it just and it will then just take a wild slash. As it's not been having any luck hitting Vlad, it's going to hit out at the new combatant Josiah.
Right.
Right. Okay, it was an awful miss.
Aww.
As it just swings with some ferocity that hits the ground and does nothing. Now, Vara, it is but your turn.
Yeah, she'll just kind of like sees Barnet doing what he's doing, kind of smiles to herself for a second, but will step forward and absent-mindedly just kind of fire another one of her clock hands at the last one. Try and take care of the last problem. That's 22.
That hits.
It's another 7 points of necrotic damage.
Which is more than enough, as similar as before, as the clock hand disintegrates and speeds up the time and decay, bringing it to an end. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the end of her turn. Would I be able to maybe just go 5 feet into this guy and then just maybe have a... I don't want to do anything yet, but I'm just looking down. If
Perception
that makes
check.
sense. Oh, perception. I just want to see if it was like connected to the ground or something like that. Little perception. Oh, that's not too bad. That'd be a 19.
Now it's motionless again. It looks almost indistinguishable from just like plants, greenery. Do you know what I mean? It's very weird. You do not really... without proper thorough taking your time and looking things over, at a glance, it's a fucking bush, isn't it?
Would I, as a free action, be able to pick it up and put it in my bag?
It's just... yes? I guess.
Okay.
You can pick it up and start stashing it in your bag. As your turn there comes around, Barney.
Barnet's going to move around to here. Then he's going to recklessly hit the tree.
Oh,
Okay.
for God's sake.
Roll a hit.
Seriously, if someone hits him, I ain't going to heal him. I don't care.
How very healer of you.
13.
That
I
will
mean-
hit.
We were told to go and hit trees in the forest to get things
We've
to come out.
done that, though, and we now know what's coming out. We need to research what's coming out before we move on. This friggin' idiot smacking things willy-nilly.
Okay.
Do we kill?
Josiah.
He'll sort of walk up a bit to Barn and be like, trying to get more come out?
Yeah.
I mean...
Don't need to get rid of them.
I guess what happens if something bigger comes, or we need to do some ritual or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I figured. You'll look at Nivara and just be like, do we need to do something magical here? I don't.
Maybe I can do that.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Hey. You start hearing, Barnet, from this on this your side as loads of similar but not the same creatures start running in. As these ones look to be similar but coated in like cacti-like needles. As these start charging round the tree towards you, Vlad, you start seeing it out the corner of your eye, being one of the highest perception players. What do you do?
Take a step back. Couple steps back.
All right,
There you go.
Nivara.
Seeing them rush in and not spring forth from the tree, Nivara will kind of look at them and just be, "Oh, sorry. Would you mind having a chat before we start fighting? Maybe? Find out what is going on here? Maybe
They keep charging.
make a ripple?" I really wouldn't, honestly. This is a bad way, I promise. That, and I'll point over at all the bodies littering the floor. You do not want to do this. If they keep charging,
Yeah,
I'll
they
then
do.
act. Okay, cool.
You actually don't know if these creatures can even understand you is the issue as well, given what they are. It's like, you didn't hear them speak in any form. They didn't make any noise apart from rustling.
Cool. I am going to, hit this one and try and, with my clock hand.
And I will point out, compared to the ones you just dealt with, these do look a bit
tougher.
Yeah. 20 does hit, though.
Yeah, this feels like a wave kind of fight. Out of character, obviously. 6 points of damage. Necrotic.
All right.
Yep. And then I'm just going to take 5 feet back that way. I think. Actually, I'll stay where I was. I feel more comfortable closer to those two. Cool. End of my turn.
Barnet, after hitting the tree twice now, you start to hear the rustling, and then you look to the side and you can see coming out of the brush, you can see these more viney creatures with like needle spines sticking out of all parts of their bodies, charging towards you.
I will also use my belly laser.
On which one?
Jesus Christ.
On which one, Liam?
This one here.
Okay. That's a Constitution saving throw. 13.
I believe. Let me double check when that's a fail. I think it's a 15 you need. Where's it gone again? Yeah, DC 15.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 6 radiant damage.
Okay. So yeah, you just kind of point your belly towards the creature, and the beam of light encompassing it, slowing it for a second and seemingly doing some damage in the process.
And then gonna take a couple of steps towards it and give a little smack.
Okay.
With my axe.
You can say you put it up your knee, smack it, are you?
No, 11.
That just misses. As it's slowing from the belly laser, puts your aim off enough that you just swing wide. It didn't quite reach the position you was expecting it to.
Yep. And that's the end of my turn.
Josiah.
It's free action to pull out my bow, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll give you.
Because it looks, these look spiky.
You do?
He's going to do pirate power on blue. And then he's going to shoot with his bow.
Okay.
That's it. I pushed button and it did not do anything. Hang on.
Push harder.
Yeah, I was waiting to-
Push it
okay.
real good. 21
Do you have a
hits.
21 or a 21?
Okay. Okay, mister, I see you. I see you. As the little creature, and you kind of realize, like, oh, hell no. That shit's spiky. You pull out your longbow and just take an aim and just let go, and just the arrow just and just hits it and just knocks it backwards and sends it like about a foot backwards, and it just falls and doesn't get up. Is that it? Ben?
Ben.
Ben?
Ben.
Burn?
Ben.
Yeah, I think I did.
I'm going to assume that's it.
Ben has left us.
I am back.
Ben have returned.
Is that it?
Hello, what?
You shot your bow. Is that all you're doing?
No, pyre, because it's a hit, pyre power activates and I cause 2d6 necrotic.
It died from the bow.
Oh, okay. No worries. I
But
can move that
I
over.
appreciate it.
That's fine.
Actually, perfect timing. Rose is back, because Rose, you're in the process of stuffing the brush twig amalgamation into your bag, and you suddenly feel it starting to jerk and move in your hands as it's like half in your bag, and it gets and make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay. Oh, that's a 10.
That's a fail. This is gonna be
Yay.
funny. As you take 1 point of damage, as essentially the thorns of the dead creature like rip into your hands as they rip like from you. And what you do is your hand is stuck like kind of inside the creature. It doesn't look like it's moving like of its own free will. It looks like it's almost being pulled. And you notice that all the other ones that have expired, apart from from the first group, start being dragged away. And you are dragged a good portion of distance with it. As
Oh, okay.
it goes half speed, because essentially it's grappled. You like, it's two of you. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And you also get dragged 30 feet. So there. The
Half
others,
speed.
yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. As they start getting dragged fast. 15, 25, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. That'll get them off the screen. And then these 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. As they just start getting whizzed. Like, it's fast. And they almost get dragged in a very similar-ish pattern along the floor, and you get like kind of dragged on the floor, and you're prone currently, Nivara.
Okay.
As essentially you got pulled to the floor and you were dragged on your stomach while like you were trying to pull your hand from inside the creature, and eventually you do, which is at this point then you essentially break contact with it unless you grab it again on your turn.
Mm-hmm.
But now it is the tree people's turn, as we are calling them. As this one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. This one is going to go, when I can select it, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then these two are just going to front Liam up, or front Barnet up. So the first two on Barnet are they're going to do claw attacks. So Barnet, does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
What about a 20?
Yep.
As the first one misses rather grandiosely, but the second one rakes in, doing 5 slashing damage down to 2. And then the other two, Josiah, you kind of like aim your bow at them, ready for them to charge, and you kind of just watch them as they start like mesmerizingly like waving their hands like in front of them, like almost as if they're doing like some mysterious dance. And then you notice then all of a sudden, as they're doing it, just these needles just start whizzing past you, just as these like cacti like needles start flying towards you as the first one hits with a 14 to hit,
No.
and then the
Buckle
second
under
one
away the face.
with a 20.
Yeah, that hits.
As you start dodging and freaking out again, because it's fucking plants, man. Like, the little plant people are attacking you. These hurt as you get hit with like a barrage of needles, as that is 10 points of piercing damage, as you just feel about 2-3 dozen individual needles just bury about 2 centimeters into your skin. And some of them in like the upper torso area and stuff. They're serious shit, man. But that is all they can do. And Vlad, you are next to act after seeing this.
I'm going to. I'll cure wounds on Josiah.
It's a touch spell. You have to be in touch distance.
Buggers got to get close. In that case, I'm not going to do that then. What's that one? It's just doing. No, it's not that one. I really want to burn that one. So I'll just give guidance to Josiah then.
That's touch as well.
Fucking hell! In that case, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing.
Really?
Do
Yeah.
a sacred flame if you wanted to.
I'm not
maybe.
attacking him. He caused it. He can fucking deal with it.
Okay.
So I'll sit back and go, you are a plonker. Ignore him. Let him deal with him.
Okay. Nivara, you are currently prone, but you've managed to dislodge your hand from inside the creature that is very, very rapidly being dragged into the forest along with all the other ones, deeper and deeper. Make a perception check.
I was just going to ask to do the same thing. I want to try and see in that direction if what they're being potentially pulled towards. Oh. That's a 7.
It's happening so quick, you don't notice anything more than what I've already explained.
Cool. She'll stand up and she'll just be like, hello? I was waiting for you to show up. If you would like to come and talk to us, maybe we can come to some sort of arrangement. And she'll kind of just look into the deeper forest and just see if anything happens for a second.
Nope.
Oh, cool. And then she'll just simply just turn her around, and this one here, she'll just kind of she'll kind of turn around, fire one of her clock hands at it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a 26 to hit.
A 26 hits with impunity.
Yeah. It was nearly a 1, so I'm glad it hit. Ooh, 8 points of damage.
Damn,
Necrotic.
girl. Damn, girl, that's nasty. As
I'm
no,
just
that
saying we
does
could
some serious damage.
Maybe before we destroy all of your little playthings? And then that's the end of her turn. She will be kind of splitting her attention between what's happening with the fight and where these things could be going towards. She wanted a specimen, all right?
Barnet.
Nobody heard her.
Can I do a bit of laser on bed, please?
Laser on red. You certainly can. How does it 17? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a little smack. Do I go reckless or not? No, I won't risk it.
You even read a smack.
I'm not doing reckless. Sorry, it again. Yeah, that's red. Sorry, yeah.
Red gets
All on
hit.
red. 7 slashing damage.
It's enough. It was already a wounded creature, and yeah, you just with one mighty cleave just rinse your way through it with relative ease.
Yep. Then I'm just going to dance around it here again.
Okay.
That's me done.
Josiah. You
Okay,
can see that the two that were waving their hands and hitting towards you, the one has just been hit with the mightiest of hits from Nivara and looks pretty wounded. You can see the other two look untouched.
Okay. You'll move PP onto this one here, and you'll take a shot at green.
Yeah, so you're going to put your PP on the unhurt one and then shoot the green one.
Yep.
10. Unfortunately,
I am going to shift over a chron. Let's do actually. Yeah, let's do a chronal shift. Why not? Change
okay.
the course of history.
And Nivara, without Josiah knowing, you kind of just shift the clock hand ever so slightly with your thumb that you're holding in the palm of your hand. And you almost do it with like a bit of force, as you can almost feel the telekinetic energy of the time rewinding and the shifting of his longbow ever so slightly just to try and adjust his trajectory as you may roll again.
Okay.
Oh, damn. What a shift it was. Again, the unsung hero, because no one only... It's one of them.
No!
Rose has yet again done something cool and nobody can verify it.
Yep.
Roll
It's
that
the whole aim of
damage.
this character is just to be. What's the best way? Hide
Yeah.
a bushel under a light.
Silent but
It's an
deadly.
unsung hero, really, isn't it?
Silent but deadly. That's what we will call you.
Oh, yeah. She manipulates time
That
around
doesn't
you
seem
guys,
right.
so you can be heroes.
Yeah, that one should be an 8, so it should be 13 damage total, which is,
Woo!
as you have figured out, more than enough. As you just kind of, what it is, it actually hits with such ferocity. Nivara, you're focusing on just thumbing your pocket watch. You don't realize until it whistles past you and like kind of fluffs the hair up a little bit as the arrow went through with such force. It went through it and then whistles past your left ear and then just goes off into the trees somewhere. And you kind of look up in like a bit of a startle as you just kind of see the creature falling and Josiah looking a bit pleased with himself. And then realizing he nearly just took your head off.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, but then as a fiat, she'd just be like, Vlad, whether he's an idiot or not, we're in a fight. Come on.
He's dealing with it. You don't have to call me.
Moving on to the tree people.
Treeple?
The treeple. Yeah, we'll call them the treeples. Seeing that you just shot his mate and you've put your PP on him, the one here is going to ferociously start to wave his hands once more in that mesmerizing dance, and then just start thrusting his hands forward as he starts shooting needles towards you. That's 17 to hit.
I've already used my
misses, that
reaction.
misses.
Never mind.
It misses.
Yeah.
And then the one here, again, in a similar manner, he's very playful and will like bound around you. And is going to take a slash with his 9. With his no.
That's a miss.
Out there, with his no. As they start attack, they like lash out with what's left, but they don't seem to be doing anywhere near as good as they should. Vlad.
Right, I'm going to go... Oh, zoom in a bit better. So I'll get my character. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go to there. And I will heal Cure Wounds. There you go. There's what I've done something.
Oh,
That's a lot of healing. That's pretty good.
There you go. I've done something. And I'll still say, I'm not
Nice,
helping
Clara.
him.
Wait,
I am not helping him. He's a twat.
wait.
Pardon my
Why is
language,
it plus 7?
Life cleric.
Or did Life Clerics get bonus on top? Damn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Get +2.
Oh yeah, nice. So yeah, just Josiah, you just feel this invigorating energy as you feel the wounds close, and essentially, if it was a bit more velocity, you could probably shoot the needles back. But you feel as your flesh starts to heal, and basically the needles just get pushed out, and they start to fall in front of you.
As he's back to full health.
Ah, Nivara, it's you again.
Cool. Yeah, kind of seeing the arrow fly past and then Vlad come up and heal Josiah. She just kind of smiles gently to herself and will fire at the one that currently has Josiah's PP on him.
Yep.
So rude. I'm sorry.
Yep.
That's
It's just
the intent of
campaign.
it.
Yeah, this campaign's depraved, sorry.
Oh my God.
Deprived.
26 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Oof, for a solid 6 points of necrotic damage.
We'll take it.
Yeah, so I
You
fire
feel it would
another
have
one
been
of my
enough
clock
to kill
hands.
the other ones, but these are a little tougher. But you still do a lot of damage.
The PP goes off and 2d6 necrotic damage happens as well on it.
Yeah. Oh, and I just realised as well, one thing I did forget to do is on the Treeple's turn, the other, the creatures that were being whisked
The
away,
things keep
They
moving.
continued on.
yeah, they would have gone another 60 foot each and just would have gone off screen.
Yeah, I am
Oh.
bouncing between the two, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I can get the general direction, I don't need much more than that.
What was this,
Oh,
Josiah?
the PP went off.
Oh, yeah, your PP went off and you death by PP.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a way to go. Like,
The ominous presence of Josiah's PP was enough to kill this thing.
Yes.
Damn, nature, you scary. Navarro, is that your turn?
yeah, that's my turn. All
Barnett,
done.
it is now your turn,
Yeah.
bud.
Belly laser, please.
Okay, firing your laser. 16.
That passes. They're going to recklessly attack it. $11.
Just misses. Just misses, bud. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Is that all?
Josiah. Yeah, I need help.
You just hear this like faint call from round the tree, Josiah, of call to aid.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, he'll move up there and he'll fire a shot and just over the bunny boy.
18 hits. Oh, that's very, very good damage. It's standing. You don't quite know how, but it's standing. Holy shit, that was good damage. As you just kind of like just look over and aim and just one quick draw and like send the arrow and you just take a big chunk out of this thing.
Yep, that's my go.
It is the Treeple's turn, as the Treeple is going to... He's going to just take a feint and slash towards you, Barnett, as he's just going to essentially try and reach up, because it's reaching up even for you. And it's essentially going to like hit you in your chest and try and like rake down your gut. With a 20.
That hits, yep.
Doing 2 points, that's already deducted, of slashing damage as it just rakes down your body, just scraping at your fur and pulling chunks out.
Okay.
Vlad?
This is under protest. And I'll be calling that. This is under protest. Shouldn't be doing this. He deserves to die because he's an idiot. Finally hit.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, as he hits out at Barnett, the Treeple dies. Shocker. As, yeah, you just, with a crushing blow, you just absolutely fold this thing in on itself. And you just, like, pull the mace back and it doesn't seem to be moving anymore. Is that it?
I'll turn around to Barnett and say, next time, I don't care. I'm not helping you. Stay with us and don't be a div.
Nivara?
I'll turn to the others, seeing that all the enemies have fallen so far, and I'll look back and be like, come on. And she'll start going off the edge of the map. Going in the direction, trying to follow the things that are floating off, the little creatures. See where they go.
Barnett, do you follow?
Yeah, I'll dash after her.
Okay. Now Liam's turn's gone. I'm confident that no one else is going to be doing anything stupid.
I wouldn't put your money on that, mate. Seriously.
But it was just more. I was more concerned if did Liam attack another tree.
Oh, seriously, if he did, I'd have just literally I'd have hit him myself there. So
You'd have just come down
By the way,
Tuesday.
if you'd had hit it, if you'd hit out a Barney, you should have had advantage on the attack. But never mind. Because he
Oh
reckless
yes,
on
I did
attack.
reckless, didn't
I
I?
would have literally. I was so tempted because. Oh. Fucking hell.
So, with seemingly the battlefield clear, and a few moments later, Nivara, you and other people will notice that the same thing that happened to the first lot of enemies, the second lot happens as well. Can you all make perception checks? Now you're not in the middle of combat and being super occupied.
Mm-hmm.
Or use my
Yes, on my
Yes, would
representative. I'm so frustrated with bloody Barnet.
that didn't roll. I got a 5.
Okay. Josiah,
wouldn't come on,
you're the one
Josiah.
that you're the one that notices this, but you notice, like, almost attached to the creatures. It's very small and it's hard to notice, and you just catch a glimpse of it. Is you see a very tightly wound tentacle vine. You can't quite tell. It looks different to the others, very different. It seems to have like a reddy green hue to it as it very quickly whisks off these creatures northward.
Yeah.
You just kind of catch a glimpse of it with these creatures next to you as you're just starting to walk to catch up with Nivara. You see him whiz past you. You didn't really notice it at first reaching out, but as they're being pulled back, you can see that they are being pulled by something. They're not magically like floating off.
Yeah, I guess he sort of runs and he's like, when he catches Navarro, he's like, red, root, branch, tentacle thing, this way, north.
Cool. Yeah, I will follow him.
And that's how, and you're all heading off in the same direction, looking to see where these creatures eventually lead. Unfortunately, though, you'll have to find out next time on Dragon Ball Z Abridged. As it is 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone had a good time.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone had a good time in the chat and who was listening. Well, we have reached the end of this session. Will they find out what the source of these treeple are? We'll find out. But until then, we're going to try again another day. Those watching on YouTube, you are going to see the end of the recording now, so I thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.